What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are live for another episode of the CAW Summit. I always got to get in the right spot for the old vertical live. For those that are on the vertical live, you can always pop over to the regular stream if you want. We are live here. Good to see everybody. Let's check the chat right off the bat and see who's here. We got to thank to our new member, Spedworm, Drew Hawthorne. We got Jesse Jackhammer in the building. Daniel Barry is here. Mr. Johnny Come Lately, Count Z, will be part of our panel here in a little bit. We got Daniel Barry on the vertical side. I do like how it shows who's on the vertical side. There's Iffy. If it ain't Iffy, it ain't worth it. Andrew Roberts in the house. Welcome in. The jiggly one, Miss Jiggles, is here. Odds in the building. Mordrin, one of our guests, in the house as well. Let's see who else we got. The Beast, one of our new members. He is not here. Mr. Riley Wolf's in the house. The man from down under, Andy Price, on the other side of the continent, is here as well. Holy shit. Just jumped from 4 people to 22. So hello, everyone. Welcome in. We're going to get right to the action. I know I normally waffle around a lot and get right to it. Tonight, we're going to do pretty much like we did last week. We're going to bring on the 4 guys, ask them just a few questions, get them to know a little bit about what they do here on YouTube. And we got 2 guys that are planning on coming back to do content, 2 guys that are doing contests. We're going to find out what they're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about heroes and villains, the good guy, the bad guy. Just wanted these 4 different opinions, and anybody in the chat as well, on what you think about in this role-playing game, playing the role of the heel or the face, the good guy, bad guy, and the tweener in between. Because I always tell my people, since I want to run it like a Dungeons and Dragons type thing, you control a lot of it. When you join my company, everyone's a tweener. If you lean more to the bad guy, good guy stuff, that's where your character goes. As bad as you want to be, as good as you want to be, or keep it right where it is. That's you control your character's idea, and love having. There's Ben back in the house from our first episode. Good to see you. GPW had a great show. Temple Plays is in the house as well. Let's get the chat up on the screen for you guys. All right, so I'll bring in each of our 4 guests. We do have a game of roulette today. Not roulette, Jeopardy, but you guys in the chat. So I got 4 guests. 2 of them will play the hero. 2 of them will play with the villains. You guys in the chat will be the tweeners. So we're going to play Jeopardy with 2 teams, and the chat is the 3rd team. So you guys in the chat will be playing against. There are people born to be good guys and born to be bad guys. There are definitely those who can be both. Thank you, Captain Obvious. But Riley does know. He's in the business. I'm busting balls. So he's behind the scenes with House of Glory and a couple other places up there where he works as a referee, a manager, and a wrestler. So we brought him in the first week. Gav is listening in. Good to see you, my man. Just don't bring your tag partner around. Triple Beat is one of my guests as well tonight. We'll be bringing him on in just a little bit. So, man, I could sit here and we could just get right into the 2K26 talk, but we're going to save that and bring in each guest. Looking back, the first podcast we had, where are we at? We brought in Twitch, Ben, Odds Cornet, and Riley Wolf. And this was right before the release of the game. So we speculated on what we were looking forward to, the rumors, this and that. And we talked about each of their companies. Ben, GPW, is a highlight reel company on YouTube, which is pre-recorded. Twitch does his live. He's doing a G1 style tournament right now. He uses regular people as well as anime characters, all females, in Queen of Sports Dragon Joshi Pro. And Riley Wolf, with his company, he's going to bringing it back. And soon, I mean, when you're wrestling and training and managing and all that good stuff, I'm sure he finds time to do content. He'll be back. And Odds is taking like a 5, 6, 7, 8 months hiatus before he comes back. So Odds and his CPW will be taking a hiatus. I still say it's going to be a lot less than he thinks it is. TLW, Tony's in the house. Jamar's in the building. Jamar has his own channel as well. Tony actually ran what was it, Bay Wrestling, Bay Wrestling or something, because it was based out of Oakland, that area out there, California. So we do have these on the first show. Second show, we brought in Totes, we brought in Kyle Young, we brought in Jiggles Infusion from the UK. So we got a bunch of different ideas from that one as well. Today we do have Beat, Mordrin, Vince McSham, and Count Z, and they're all here, thank God. Next week, Solo Season from Solo Season Universe, Jay Savage, Atticus and Kelly from their respective companies, and they work together, so that'd be fun to kind of quiz them. And then Lord Amadeus, who runs RAWF, that's WU, that's not a 2K game, that is a Wrestler Unstoppable Efed, which I wanted him to be able to talk a little bit about the differences, but there's a lot of similarities as far as dealing with people and bringing them together and playing their characters, etc., etc. Week 5, the final week, we're going to have a forum, people like Monstar and Tiny, Bones, Beast, maybe a couple other people, and we'll just have people come on and shoot the shit for a while on the final episode. So let's bring on our first guest. Oh man, why did I play entrance music for people to bring them on for their characters? Links are in the description of the show of the 4 guests that I have. Check out their channels. Subscribe. I hate this song. And yes, it's HBK's version, and I fucking hate HBK's theme song. I'm in the minority. You guys can go fuck yourself. Terrible. Surfer boy. Boy toy. Surfer boy. Tell you what, everyone who loves HBK is a great wrestler, but his song is ass. Boy toy? You want your boys to be a boy on you? He's a surfer. Kelly Mavericks is the character. Check out Triple Beat's channel. He runs multiple federations. He's been doing it for a minute. Let's bring him in so we can turn this stupid song off because I'm getting tired of it.
I think it's hilarious that you have me on your faces on the face team when my character in LTD is a heel. But
I
get why though.
4. There's 2 that. Well, I got Echo. You have me playing in the background.
Oh, hold on.
I got Echo. Echo.
Echo.
No, not you.
Let's see. Hang on.
What's going on here? Not for you. I renamed her Echo, so now every time I say Echo, she's like, "What would you want? What do you want today?"
You renamed my Echo. Here, let me try something here.
right. Echo.
Camera,
Still here.
audio, microphone, speakers. Here we go.
Shut up, bitch. She keeps talking to me.
There we go. That should be better.
Yep, we're good. Yep,
Hey,
it's gone. Yeah.
It was coming out of my computer screen and not my headphones. So I had to adjust it. There we go. That should be a lot better.
She got pissy with me.
She did.
She said, I'm just here to have conversation
Oh,
and be a virtual friend.
Wow. Wow.
She got mad that I yelled at her. So triple beat. Now we talk about Octane, but that's not your only brand, right?
Well, all right. So I had Octane, MXT, and Galaxy, but I kind of blended everything together into one. So I am back to just Octane Live now.
Okay. So for the listeners, basically, that don't know who you are and what you do, tell us about your channel and what you do with the 2K game.
All right. So I do a Share Factory based run a Share Factory based wrestling company called Octane Live. It was primarily a cruiserweight wrestling company when I first started, and I've expanded to everything.
When did you start?
I started in technically started in 2012, but I didn't really start streaming anything until 2018. And when I started streaming, I had added women and heavyweights and added variety to it instead of just keeping myself in this cruiserweight only mentality. So that's kind of when things started kicking off. 2K19 was the first year that I actually streamed consistently with it, where I did multiple episodes, and
calling you out for a beetle botch already.
Wouldn't be Beetle without a Beetle botch. Wait, what did I do already? Already?
It was just
that's early.
Just
anyway,
multiple voices.
Can't say that. The multiple. Yeah, the voices in voices head. Yeah. Yeah.
They talk to me.
Yes, they.
I hear voices in my head.
So 19 was my first actual game to stream with. Officially, for a full season. I streamed my first full season in 19. That was a lot of fun.
The drunk beetle streams are fun.
Yes, that happens every once in a while too. Sometimes it happens on GM mode. It has happened a few times. Yeah.
Hilarious stuff. I'll say it from the outsider talking in when drunk beetles there, especially because you got Kyle and Odds egging you on and dogging you while you're drunk and you just play along. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
slapstick. It's old school comedy, which I love. It's his friends busting each other's balls, and it's classic. It's great stuff. And that's how I see my GM, because I've told people, I don't play. So when people stream my Rise, my GM showcase, I'm living vicariously through them because I want to see what the game has to offer, but I refuse to play it. So you also have a podcast.
We do. We have the Let's Talk Cost Shop podcast. Run that with Odds and Kyle. It's a lot of fun. We talk about pretty much everything we can about CAW, kind of like we're doing here today.
And my favorite show that you do.
The Morning Wood.
Yes, where to go?
How did I know? How did I know? I haven't done one of those in a while.
Triple B's Morning Wood show.
I have to actually get up early enough to do that. Is the problem? And with traffic now, where I live, it takes me an hour to an hour and a half to get to work.
And you're on Pacific time, right?
Yeah, I am. So if I can get up early enough, we'll get a few of those back, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll wake up in bed. Oh shit, he's streaming on. I'll be sitting on the toilet oh, Morning Wood. How about it? Let's watch. What a way to wake up with some Morning Wood. I can think of a million lines for that.
Oh
show.
Oh yeah.
And
I was gonna work on merchandise for it too. I really wanted to go. I wanted to take it a long way. I was gonna do merchandise, find a ruler. Maybe do a coffee cup or something like that. I thought it'd be fun. So we might end up actually doing that at some point.
Good.
Yeah.
Are they all created characters? Do you use industry stars? Do you use any cartoon characters, regular characters, wrestlers, or is it all creation?
It's mainly all creations. Every once in a while, I'll have some characters that are based off of cartoon characters or based off of stuff, but I try to keep it created characters. I know that I have 6 Pokemon on my roster. So I
And
mean, I
that's
say it's all
everyone's
created
different.
characters,
Everyone
but
has
yeah.
different like I have Sly Cooper and Yang Zhao Long. Those two are
Mm-hmm.
actual characters, anime and
Yep.
cartoon characters. But I play them off as it's an homage to that character. That's what
Yeah.
it's an homage to the cartoon character or whatever. So I let people, but it's unique. You definitely have something unique. What else?
Let's see what else. So we talked about the morning wood, Octane.
I think that's
We
everything.
did the GM modes. Oh, what I'll be doing though, there was a little botch on somebody else's show where I was gonna type CPW, but my hand hit an O instead of a P, so it turned into like cow or something like that. Yeah, I may have
COW.
8 creations in 26 already, and might be working on a COW arena.
COW coming soon.
Yes, a few
Man,
episodes of cow.
out for my heart. I used to work for Gateway Country. Remember the cow boxes, the computers?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I used to sell computers that way. So the cow boxes, I have my stuffed cows over there that we used to give away. But that's something different, something creative, something a little different. I dig it. And that's the organic stuff that happens in chats that ends up being like a show or an event is pretty crazy.
And that's actually what happened with the Morning Wood. It was a random thing that happened in a chat, and I just sat there and thought about it for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and finally went, screw it, I'm doing it.
So my second question that I asked a lot of people in the first ones were basically, what do you love and hate about being a content creator or CAW creator? And we're going to give most of the same stuff, bringing people together, having fun. I don't like the drama. I don't like the bullshit. So I'm going to switch it up because we're doing a little extra focus here today on playing the hero or the villain, the good guy or the bad guy. And I just want each of your 4 takes, because you each run different types of shows and I know that you've played both face and heel characters. Yep. We talked to Mordrin, who used to be a heel character forever. Now he's been a face character. So making the adjustment. So as a person who runs a show, you got an audience of 20 people right now to play the game. Some may know you, some may not. Let us know what your take is. Summarize like being a heel or a face in this Efed role-playing world or tweener. Like, what is your take on it? How do you approach it? What do you like in that? Like, how do you run your show based on heroes versus villains?
What I prefer in a face is someone who can generate I know the word, it's like right in my head. What I like in a face is someone who can generate the sympathy from the crowd. Okay. Someone who can get them behind them, make them want to see this person win.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever I can do to get that person over and make people root for them, I'm going to. If that means that I'm going to do a run-in where they get screwed out of a victory, for instance, Kasara Utaker, she got ran in on by Christina Luther on one of the shows I just recently did. That got the crowd behind her and gave Luther the heat. And Luther didn't even have to go out into the match. All she did was cut a promo mid-match. It distracted Kasara, and Kasara lost the match because of the distraction.
Okay.
Which gave Kasara the sympathy and made people want to see her finally get her hands on Luther and kick her ass.
Like it. I like it. So, like, here, this is really what I want to know is like, because this is a real scenario that we go through a lot in a live stream. You got someone that's playing the villain way too hard.
Oh, God.
Like they're crossing the line, attacking people, using maybe slurs, words we shouldn't use and stuff like that to try to play the bad guy. Because I think this is one of the most common things, because people want to be evil. They want to be dark. They want to be that bad guy character. But you got to realize there's a bubble you can't really burst when it comes to being on YouTube and base it on the guy running the show. So how would you handle? Now, it could be during the show or DMs. Like, how would you approach someone that's really playing the bad guy too hard?
I've straight up addressed it midstream.
Okay. Based on who it is, sometimes I would do that. Sometimes, because I have a lot of people that may take that too personally. They may have a disability or something that gets to them, or I know these people personally, so I would know who I would like call out and they'd be okay with it, because more people can learn if you call them out. So I like that. But also, I'm very careful not to cause a problem by pointing it out too. You know what I mean? Like if it's a certain person that's going to cause a scene or, oh, no, you don't like me. I don't want it to distract from the show. I'll probably jump in a DM and be like, I'll talk to you afterwards. You know what I mean? Like getting to know your people is important.
It depends on how far they take it. So if they come in, they make their comment and that's it, and they don't do it again, all right, cool. But I don't have an issue with it. If you're constantly doing it though, and your match or whatever your thing is has already ended and it still continues during the live show, at that point, I will jump in and say, okay, no. Or I'll make a comment like, let's not attack everybody. Let's not attack anybody or something like that. Like
I have had to like make the rule pretty much that no physical contact in the chat because that's what the fights are for. That's what the wrestling matches are for.
Yes.
Save it for that. Be creative you can get over as a bad guy without kicking someone in the dick. You know what I mean?
Or without stabbing them in the face with a knife.
Which, yes, we've had that.
Who wanted to
comes into the arena and stabs 4 children.
Yes, it's like,
you're a bad guy. You're also in jail forever.
Yeah, your character is no longer on the roster. They're in jail.
So, like you were hitting too, kind of like a 3 strikes and you're out type thing too. Give them a warning. If it persists, then you're gonna be like, now it's a serious talk because you're interrupting the whole show. And then if it's a 3rd time, see you later, moving on. You're not going to adjust, something like that.
Yeah, where it's like, look, I don't want to do this kind of thing with characters. I do everything scripted, and everything's pre-done. So if I'm working on a storyline with your character and you jump in and say, I'm going to stab him in the face after this match, and it's like, you already won the match. You don't need to do anything else. You won the match by cheating. You don't need to be any more than you already are because I'm already getting you heat. And you just came in and almost killed the babyface who's going to go over on you. Or we finally get to the payoff and the babyface wins and somebody goes off. It's just like, did all this work to have that happen? But luckily that hasn't happened in a long time. So I'm very lucky to have the audience that I have.
I'm gonna hammer you with these type of questions a little bit harder, these specific ones, because Mordrin's bringing his show back and Count. They're not doing theirs right now, so they don't have any like examples. But I got questions for them, and Vince does a completely different type of show. So what he's done, I can't really quiz him on that because he controls, who's the good guy, bad guy, and that is your job too as the commentators to get someone over heel, face, good guy, bad guy. Does it really matter to you? To me, it doesn't matter as much unless the character wants it to matter. That's just my take on it.
It matters in terms of what I'm doing with the show. So if I'm booking someone on the show as a heel and their role is to be a heel, that's what I prefer from them, right? And I'm getting better about DMing people about what I want to do with their characters, where it's like, this is what I saw for your character when I brought you in and what I'd like to do. And I'll take their input. Like it's not a one-way street, And
don't get me wrong, some feds out there, it is. And that's just the way they want to run it. But if you open that door, be prepared, like Triple Beat says, to be in people's DMs all the time, to hearing their bullshit, to trying to help them, to appease as many people as you can. The one thing I've always said, and I just had an instance the other day, and I don't call out names. I've never done that. I never will. I don't publicly fire people because there's human beings that are playing the game behind them. But you got to pretend you're playing a game. So when you're in my chat, like right now, everyone is in character. That's Sawyer, Temple Plays. That's Azrael. That's Miss Jiggles. You are literally, even though this is a podcast where we kind of bend those rules a little bit because we're talking behind the curtains, breaking down the fourth wall. But when you come into my live chat, you are in character. So I've had over the years, numerous people come to me and be like, dude, this person's being so fucking mean to me. They're always on my back. They're always dogging me. And I'm like, well, who are they? Well, that person's a bad guy. That person is one of the most over bad guys here. That's all they do. They're always in character. Well, it's starting to affect me personally, and I can't stand. Then to either take a break or go find a different Fed, because I got a lot of people in the Fed that are like me, ball busters. Like I want people to make fun of other people and realize it's in the game. Now, if someone's making fun of someone's disability or something that went on in their real life, that's crossing the line that foot comes down immediately, because we've had that problem in the past too, where people start bringing real life stuff in to try to get over on someone, and that's just not cool. You ever dealt with something like that?
I I think I did. I had somebody come in and they were just using, whatever was on their mind to try and get themselves over. And I don't know. At the time, I didn't have the voice that I have now. Like, I didn't
Man,
have the
I felt the same way.
confidence.
Me either. When I
Yeah.
started, I just wanted everybody to be my friend. I wanted everyone to
Yep.
like me and be a part of the show. And I learned the hard
Yep.
way to put my foot down or to really let people know, hey, we don't do that here.
Or
The
just to know when someone is busting your balls or when they're going too far. Like that was hard for me at first. I didn't know who was busting balls and who was
Yeah.
going in too hard at first. So someone would say something and I'd be like, "Oh God, please don't do that." Like, like I was so, how do I put it? I was not very good at reading people like I am now. Like,
Yeah.
I'll have somebody come in the chat and they'll say something, and if they say something that I know is just them trying to bust balls or get a reaction, I laugh now. It's like, whatever, I'm
Yep.
just gonna play it off.
Pete taught me, Pete Wall, who the first person I saw doing these YouTube videos when I was in W. He used to, like, when a troll would come in, if someone come in and drop the Nazi or the N-word or whatever, something terrible, to try to just throw the whole show off and just repeat it or spell it differently to be funny. He was like, hell no, I'm just not booting trolls. I'm going to flip them. I was like, what do you mean? And he just starts joking with them and fucking with them. And sure enough, the real bad trolls just leave. They don't want that. The other ones, he's turned into like customers. I'm like, that's great sales. That's like, I've been in sales in my whole life. If someone comes into my store and says, oh, I want that, here's my money. That's just clerking. If someone comes into your store and says, your store is a piece of shit, you sold me junk, I'll never buy another thing from this store again, it's all garbage, but then you can turn that into a customer to get them to understand. That's true. And I kind of learned that because at first I was like, oh, you're a troll, delete, you just block them. You can just ban them and get rid of them. But keep in mind, if they're a real good troll, they got 20 accounts. They're going to keep coming back. Ignore war. I used to say, just play the ignore war, just ignore them till they go away. And sometimes that works. But people that come from outside of this world into this world is one thing you kind of alluded to a little bit. And I wanted to bring it up. We as Efeders, everyone in the chat, everyone here has to realize when someone comes into our chat, they have no fucking clue what we're doing. They just think we're playing a video game. So I've told my mods to do this, and I will kind of stop the show or include it in the show. Like, I literally have it written down right here. This is a creation and simulation federation, interactive digital wrestling role-playing game for your entertainment. Original created characters with creators and managers live in the chat. That's it. That should tell them what we're doing. Some people in the chat, my mods will be like, this is AI versus AI. This is computer versus computer. We're all playing characters, and then move on. Because I don't want the whole thing to be teaching one new person what we're doing. I want to continue doing my show. And that's where the mods come into play. They can continue to kind of tell them what we're doing. Because seriously, take yourself out of Efeding completely and go into a gaming stream. What do you think? First thing I hear, John Cena versus Undertaker, play it now, or go online. Here's my gamer tag, play me. And I'm like, you got to be careful not to be a dick about it when that happens, because you're chasing away viewers, possible subscribers, possible members to your channel, possible ways to grow your channel. And have to say that while I have, like you said, I didn't have the audience or the voice at first, and I was very to myself. I didn't want to be, the heel blaze that you guys like to call me when I get angry. I wanted nothing to do with it. Why the fuck do you think I created Radio Rex?
To have a heel.
To have a bad guy. The scapegoat. To blame everything on him. And I mean, and a lot of, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a lot of characters that you create that you'll use within your federation too, right? Like, I call them NPCs because a lot of people know that term, like players that aren't actual players that they could be, but they're also like managers or extras or a team that's like, we call them jobbers in the industry, or, local enhancement talent.
The funny thing is I put them on the same level as everybody else. Now I do have tiers with my creations where I have some that are main eventers, some that are mid-carders, some that are your lower mid card where they win like 1 or 2 matches out of in a season, and then I have a couple jobbers, but I don't have a ton of jobbers. I like having that level playing field where it's like, I'm not going to tell the audience which characters are mine and which characters are whoever's. It's one of those, like, this is a story. what I initially started doing was I created all my characters and I would tell their story and tell it how they were, tell it how they were. That's what Octane was. That's what
That's how
Octane was
EFEDs
last
work.
year.
That's where EFEDs
Yeah,
work. Kids, you sitting in your room with all your figures, making your own names for them, and having them as your own federation. Like
yeah.
millions of kids start out that way. I mean, and we're grown up kids doing the same thing, but turned it into, I mean, something special. I mean, at first, my first 4 or 5 years, I was like, it's hard to explain to someone outside of this what we do. But now
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm bringing together people from Europe, from Australia, from Germany, from Canada, from all over the place. And all they do is submit a character and we all watch it play and see who wins. Like to quickly explain what we do. Because if you sit there and try to really explain, you'll see their head spinning.
Yep.
Like, what are you talking about?
It's
That sounds stupid.
It's creator wrestler wrestling. That's legitimately, if somebody walks in and says, what am I watching? You're watching, it's a created wrestler wrestling show with my own characters and characters from people in the chat, and they're fighting each other. Like, oh, okay.
That's basically, that's basically it without.
And to people who are new, or anybody who's new to the Fed or anything like that, I just try and tell them pretty much. Freaking Odds and Gav have me laughing my ass off right now, by the way. I pretty much tell them, I tell them right now, or when they walk in, when new people come in, it's like, I do everything pre-recorded, created. I can't guarantee wins or losses, but I can try. And my main thing is to make sure that you win at least a couple matches out of the year. Like, I try to make sure that everybody at least gets that win, because I don't want to bring someone in for them to lose. That's the last thing that I want to do. Whenever I bring a character in, the last thing that I ever want to do is bring someone in and not give them not give their character the time of day. So I try to find something for every character.
It's fair. It's fair either. And I try to do that too, to an extent sometimes, because I don't control the outcome. So if you lose your first 5 matches, you better make it a damn storyline and roll with it, or you're not going to last here. And I've kind of changed my tune a little bit on that. Like I do what you normally say to do, which is the easiest way to do it. But I was like, not anymore. I'm like, I'm real upfront with them. Like, I'll tell them right at the beginning, get used to losing, find ways to have fun losing, and then you'll have less problems in this game.
Yeah.
Because here's what's happened. You lose 5, and then people in the chat, you're in the chat just moaning and groaning. Then I feel bad.
Well, that's the funnest part about playing Mav.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, the fun part about, I'll say this, the fun part about playing a heel versus playing a face, and this is for LTD.
You should lose. It's better to lose as a heel.
Yes. With Kelly, when I have him come in and talk shit and do all this stuff, it's because I want him to lose, not because I want him to win. Yeah, do I want him to? Of course, I want my character to win. Of course, I want all the championships and the accomplishments. But at the same time, it's like, I also want to see him get his ass kicked.
Those that are going to strive the most are the ones who learn how to love to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone, of course, loves winning more. That's just human nature. You're going to love winning more. But if you lose 10 and then you win 1, how sweet is that one victory?
Yeah. So, all right. So, in that context, right? Let's say in the context of a face versus a heel, since I'm talking about faces, right? If I'm Kelly Mavericks and I'm in LTD, his first 3 or 4 months in your company, he didn't win a single match.
So the AI was kind because I'm not doing shit. But like Drum Monkey, it took him a year and a half. A year and a half he was at my company before he won a title. But then someone who just joined last month won a qualifier, won the title. So it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. And
it's a game.
Again, he didn't win a match for 4 months or 5 months or however long it was. But the entire time, all I did was shake whoever's hand it was at the end of the match. That was my role-playing tactic, was thank you for helping me learn, or, thank you for helping me out, or whatever it was. Right.
Of course.
But it got him over. That's how I got Kelly over in LTD. It was legitimately just, thank you for the match. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we heard all about it, Atticus, so I love you. But when you first started losing, you were a pain to deal with. But you learned how to adjust. You reached out to people that helped you behind the scenes, and you adjusted to realize that now your character ebb and flow. Whatever way it goes, you're running right with it, and I love it. And it's not easy because no one wants to lose. So The last thing I want, and we'll get more into this when we get into the actual talk about it. What are your plans for your company going forward into 2K26? Immediately down the line, month, different plan. What's your game plan going into the new game?
October 2026 will be the first episode of Octane in 2K26. It'll be the run up to the 2027 Champions Cup. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna set that up and everything, because what I'm currently doing is taking Octane and keeping it in 25 for another 6 months and telling those stories. And I've already started working with some people on storylines. Some of them are actually in your chat right now, which is the funny part. But I've already started working on storylines for the final run of 25.
Yeah, see what Q's saying too. I try to, when people are really upset about losing, try to get them to understand first. But there's some people just aren't going to understand.
Yeah.
Like when we talk to LA next week about RAWF, RAWF is a video game. It's just one picture, but you literally say, okay, I want to do a spine buster next. Then you pick every move you go through. You have to know what moves work in combination with other ones, which ones set up other ones. So it's a lot more in detail. So when you lose there, you probably picked the wrong move or something. Here, you didn't do shit to lose.
Yeah.
All you did was created a character and put it on Community Creations. Maybe updated it once or twice. And that's another thing. Don't change your character a million times. Because if the first month you're 2-12, you're probably going to be 6-6 or 12-2 the next month. It will roll around.
So
that's a great point by Q.
I'm laughing at what you just said, actually, which was don't change your character every 5 seconds. I've had people who will change their character, send them in, and then they lose for another month or two.
Changing the character resets everything.
Yes, and we're all even when you're outside of universe, when you're in normal game, it's the same thing. So you could have a character who may not do well at all for the first 4 months or 3 months, but that doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It just means that the state of the game or the way the game is set currently, your character is not in a good spot. But after an update, your character might actually do better, and I've seen that happen before. So don't jump the gun and pull your character or send an update just because you feel that you're losing and you want to win more matches, because you actually could hurt yourself. I've seen it happen multiple times.
I think the golden rule is just play along with what the game gives you. That kind of sums it all up. So we'll bring you back for the Jeopardy here in a little bit. We're going to talk briefly to the other three, and then we're going to have our big 2K26 conversation here. So talk to you in a bit, Beat. Thank you.
Talk to you in a bit.
So make sure you check out Triple Beat. His link is in the description of the show. He will be on one side of our heroes and villains for our Jeopardy game here in a little bit. Teaming up with him is someone who, there's Kelly. What's happening? Atticus. Character be on fire one, but you can win a bunch and then end up starting losing too. So it does work both ways. Our next guest was a mega heel for the first how many years of his career here, and rubbed some people the wrong way, but I knew it's character. When you're really that good at being in character, it happens, and you guys have seen it for Gift of Gab 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. His name's always in there because on the mic he brings it, and it doesn't really need. I write stuff down when I promo stuff like that. This guy's off the cuff. He's always been like that, and he's great at the promo side. So the Gift of Gab is his cup of tea. But when he wanted to come back after leaving for a year or whatever, and he was like and I wanted to give him a storyline to come back in. We had his son Aiden get attacked. We had his family members getting. And as long as you tie the family into it, and anybody knows this guy, he got a pretty big family. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who made his return and then ended up cleaning house for a while, winning championships, helping lead teams to victory in different events. Dare I use the word eternity and bring that back into my vocabulary, but he Eternity Broadcast is his channel. Sacrifice Championship Wrestling is his show, which is coming back very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, to give us more details on that, the one and only Mordred Nightwalker.
What the fuck's up, everybody?
I figured in Naples I'd visit you guys.
Tiny sneaking in the show. I told you the show ain't for you, Tiny. Big shout out to Tiny Taker as well, Mrs. U Taker as well, obviously. These two. Roger Dodger in the building. Good to see you. A big part of what we've done for the last 3 years, Hell's Gate Wrestling. Tiny will join us next week, or 2 weeks from now, when we do the big wrap up and we talk a little bit more about it. But how you doing, Morgan?
Oh, doing good. How's it going?
Always, normally when you come on, I'm just letting you what the fuck is up and tell everybody what the fuck is up. But this is a little different. So you talked about it before, the fact that you're thinking about bringing Sacrifice back. So floor is yours. Tell us more.
Oh, definitely going to be bringing it back. Life just got really chaotic for me, as a lot of people know, because I'm open with a lot of people. It got to a point to where I couldn't consistently deliver a product that I wanted on my channel.
Fair.
So I said, I'll take time off until I can. A little bit longer than I wanted, but.
So are you going to be bringing it back on 25 or 26?
I'm undecided now. Originally, it was going to be bringing it back on 26. And we're going to talk more about the issues later, I know. Yep. But with as many of the issues, now I'm kind of not sure if I want to wait that long.
Yeah, I've kind of retracted mine, and I'm going to do one more event for one more month and give it a couple more patches for creations before I dive into it, because number one, other people are creating. Number two, like, you've seen me have to redo my company for the third time. Yeah, everybody you pretty much need is already up on Community Creations on 25. It would be really easy to just grab your roster for 25, play a couple months or a month until it's stable, and then cross over. Normally I'd say that's a lot of work to do twice, but most of it's already done for you, because I only had to get a hold of 3 or 4 people to fill out my 96 people when my second crash happened.
Yeah, and that will be one of the things that I'm kind of starting to look and debate with, is doing that. I'll thank you, Wally. Definitely what you'd call a veteran.
And yeah, so
people would call ancient.
Yeah. And that's the thing you've done. And I wanted you on this episode, for a reason, because you went from Mega Heel to now Mega Hero. And it's not just like, okay, I'm going to be nice and people are going to buy it. People, you got to understand, this was the bad guy of the bad guys. It
took a long time.
Like, he had to, like, we helped because we talked about story and stuff. And when you're coming in to defend your family, you know, and your son, so already that's hero vibes. So give us a little bit of background, playing the heel, playing the hero, how you approach it, and what your advice to people out there playing either one or anywhere in between.
Oh yeah. When I started the character, there was no doubt it was a heel. That was what I was interested in.
No, you're not, Cal.
Me, I am a huge fan of the business. Consequently, my favorite wrestler of all time is Ric Flair.
The dirtiest player in the game.
So it kind of made it a given. And I took parts of that and then parts of just stuff you saw in the news, creating the character of Mordred.
I like that.
Everyone makes the comment about Mordred's all his kids.
Yeah, 27 or some shit like that. It's incredible.
Part of that actually came based off a real life event. There is a former running back in the NFL named Travis Henry.
Yeah.
He has 22 kids with 22 different women.
Hey now. Alimony out the ass.
That's actually where it came to the news, is he was trying to get his child support payments reduced.
And child support.
And I saw that in the news. I was like, God, 22. I could use that.
I can beat that.
It's like, I can use that and I can work with that. Now, obviously, if you're out doing that to people, you're not a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just, the conduct determined the character.
What I want you to elaborate a little more on the loving to lose, or being able to lose and play off of it part.
It takes a special thing. It takes practice. I mean, obviously, like, you know, it's been said, everybody wants to win.
Of course.
I mean, always. I mean, that's a given. I'm more competitive than most people, as Blaze knows from conversations behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, none of us like losing. No one does.
Yeah.
You just have to learn how to play the game while losing.
Yeah, and that's been, and I think now that I've kind of transitioned more to a face, it's actually easier.
Yeah,
because
hugging babies, kissing grandmas, and shit like that.
You know, the type of heel Mordrin was, you know, he'd tell you, "I'm the best you're ever going to see." That doesn't work if I'm losing.
And heel wise, you always had a huge family behind you too. So you had that NWO-esque.
Yes.
Hey, I got 30 people behind me of my family and my relatives. So that, I think that always helped your heel persona out, that you had back. You had people that would be in the chat and stuff that would feed into what you're saying. So you're not only saying it, the people that are with you are saying it. So that builds that heel character up a little bit more.
The famous 3 fingers to the right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we always we try to make fun of it. You guys play back. It's
ironically, that guy's business.
Yeah,
my favorite wrestler is Ric Flair.
4, 3. Gotcha.
I literally stole it and adapted it to myself.
And hand signals. I mean, you got the 2 sweet. You got the 4 horsemen. Those are always things. So it is a thing that people will be used to. Now, Triple B was talking a little bit about this, and I wanted to dive into it a little bit more with you. I've always called it the 3 levels of engagement when it comes to Efedding. You have the people up top, way into character, Dungeons and Dragons type, love to tell a story, can win or lose. They're at almost all the shows. They're 100% involved. They'll play along with anything. Then you got people on the bottom. They just want to be a part of something. They got their character. They just want to play along. They don't care if they win or lose, but they just want to be a part of something. They don't, feel like they want to promo and do all this stuff, but they love being a part of something. I love those people too. Then you got people in the middle that either sometimes need their handheld or direction a little more. So it's like, tell me how you would approach, going against, like in promos, or your character going against someone that is maybe a different level, like on the top end. You're going to go all out, but how would you handle like the other 2 levels of engagement? They may not be as involved as you, but you want to try to drag it out of them a little bit.
A lot what I do with that is, if you notice from a lot of the events, I don't just show up in promo anymore, because that was something that, if I talk, I'm talking all out.
True, of course.
And if that's against someone that, isn't even there for it, I don't want them to feel bad.
Good point.
And that's been another huge benefit. Can't believe someone get a calendar. I'm going to give Blaze the props here, because this whole face thing was his idea.
Yeah, I said, if you're going to come back, it's got to be something different.
Well, if you think about it, we did the face thing before with that little pencil neck geek.
Yeah.
And I called him out to a fight and became the good guy all of a sudden.
That's the one, and once again, that's my heel guy to try to help people get over the other side if they really need.
Suddenly it's, you're defending the company's honor. It's like, wait, what?
And that's an organic thing too, because I was like, listen, if I'm going to bring Mordrin back full blast, I want something brand new. So let's go full. And that's when we kind of work something out. So playing the character of heel or face is big. I think, but at the same time, I've said, like, where everyone's a tweener, just you help control it. You can kind of pace where you want to go with it. We already talked about the 2K26 stuff. I can't wait to hear your take on the other stuff. So we're just going to move through and come back. So I'm going to bring on Vince and Count, and then we're going to play some Jeopardy and have some fun, and then we'll talk 2K26.
All right, sounds good.
Sacrifice coming back soon, guys. And look at this. Cheeky Bugga. My brother, Almar Wolf. Great to see you, brother. Great to see you. Another UK guy, UKWF. He ran for quite some time. Me and Almar, we used to do streams together. We had our outs. We made up. It's a long story. Almar, it's great to see you, my brother. Another one who knows all about the ins and outs of dealing with people and handling an Efed. So now we're going to flip the script. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk to someone. We've talked mainly Efed stuff about created characters of, out of the blue. Now, this guy's done a bunch of his own characters, but he's also old school. And this is what I love about it. You want that old WCW feel. You want ECW. You want XWF and everything in between. I used to try to call Pete the grandfather of Efedding. Maybe Vince can take up that mantle since he's been doing it so long. I don't know if I want to be the grandfather of anything. Thank you, Wally. But hey, we're starting to agree more, which is kind of weird. But talk about having differences of opinion and debating and talking. I've been on his show. He's been on my show. We did obviously Mick Toy, Mick Sham. We did Mick Wrestling, and we tied in the McDonald's thing to it and did questionnaires there. It's always fun. Finally, after all these years, this man has a character in LTD, a pure Japanese strong style wrestler. I love it. Took away the mist and the powder. He's not happy about that, but when we use it, it'll be even more. Shikahiro. I'm starting to get it. I keep saying Hiru or Shikahiro, and that's just my hick. I mean, I'm Pennsylvania. I live down here, so sometimes I get a little hickish. If you haven't already, what the fuck are you doing with your time? One Nation Network, Vince McSham, recreating test streams. He does Game On, where he talks about gaming, which is I've been on that one a few times. He does a AAA type style. He does Legends. He does 605. He does Saturday morning. If you are old school, this is the channel where you need to be watching. Some of the best personalities, the voices that he does. I've propped him up. I've interviewed him before. I blew smoke up his ass a million times. He loves it. He loves smoke being blown up his ass. But he doesn't like 2K right now, people. And a lot of us are on the same page with much reason to be angry. Mr. Bad Luck this week, but he's lucky today because he's right here on the CAW Summit with your boy Blaze McCoy. How about it? Give it up for Vince McShane.
Thanks for having me, buddy. Hey, if this thing crashes, you can just blame it on me, man. It'll totally be on me.
So just let me prep the audience real quick. I did it to the guys in the back hey, no, that sounds bad. Pause. I did it to the guys in the back.
A minute ago, you were going to blow me. So
before the show, we're blowing smoke up his ass and everything. So when a computer goes out on you right before a new game comes out and you have to go to your old computer, then you wait for this one to get fixed, then you can't get on the game, then there's no community creations, then you get crash after crash trying to get into community creations. You're doing this, you're doing that. Next thing you know, you restart the game, you reinstall it, and now it says you don't even have the game. You got to buy it. So you got to get a hold of them and you got to find out why.
On the weekend.
Then you finally get back into it and you still don't have community creations. So this guy's had the hard luck. I mean, last year I lost all my data twice and other people have too. And a lot of people went through it in 25. We were fingers, toes, and eyes crossed that we wouldn't have to do it in 26, but here we are. It's been a long week, huh, bro?
Dude, the one thing I'll always say about 2K, and you got to give somebody credit for something. I don't care how bad a person they may be or a company they may be. You can find a nugget. They are consistent. They suck all the time.
Yeah.
You can count on it. That's why you haven't heard me complain about, for example, I'll say that it's wrong, the Battle Pass, but I'm not complaining about it because we knew what we were getting. As soon as we heard Battle Pass and $2 tiers, there's not a $2 tier they're not going to make you want to buy. Okay. True. They will go out of their way to make you want to buy it.
True. And then when you find a workaround, they're going to patch that too, of course.
That's the patch they've done so far. They haven't fixed the game.
Well, the image mapping thing I was worried about, and they did, I think this is the first game in 4 where they patched creation stuff in one of the first 2 patches. Normally that's patch 12.
Which is funny because you're fixing the mapping of the images, but who can get them?
Yeah, that's the other thing. You know,
I can't upload or download. It'll crash either way.
Yeah, that was my second PlayStation login in 25. So that's very frustrating. I'd be like, there has to be a way to get back into here because dealing with what we do, even though Vince does it a little different, community creations is still huge for him. Because if there's no sting in the game and he doesn't want to create a sting, he's going to go find the best sting out there, or whichever character you're doing. Or a lot of them you create by hand too. And you will create them from the ground up and put them out there as well. So for those who may not know, I did interview Vince a couple years ago and we went through all this really quick, summarize how long you've done it and what you do here on YouTube with the 2K games and all the games. Sell
Too
yourself.
long. Too long.
The
22
grandfather.
years. This is 22 years now.
22 years.
Man, I'll tell you what. I was doing this shit when there was no live stream. Didn't exist. You just made your videos and you uploaded them, and that's how that worked.
Incredible. But like 22 years ago, I was just getting done with LTD Efed, like in the message boards and GeoCities and AOL.com and ICQ messaging and shit. So that's like he was already in the YouTube world trying this out a million different ways. And you've spun it. How many different ways have you spun this game? You've done the old school stuff. You've done UW, XWF. You've done so many different ways. And that's what I mean. You keep trying to reinvent yourself. You're the Chris Jericho of Efedding. I mean, you're coming up with something
that.
new. I think
that's a fair analogy.
And you kind of got to.
Here's the thing: if you do the same exact thing, like when I did the Ultra Pro, I had a blast with that because they're all original characters. Something I know you're familiar with, and for me, that was new. I'd never done that. But when I saw the artwork and I looked at these characters, and I said, they need to come to life, not in caricature form, but as close to real life as we can get, which this game is much more realistic.
So real quick, for those who don't know, he was working with UPW to do some voiceovers and stuff. Plus, all those created characters they were announcing, he was creating them on 2K.
Yeah, this is 2K24,
I think it was. Yeah.
24.
So he would take these unique characters that they were going to have on UPW, and he's premiering them early. So you were basically showcasing them and doing it. So he got a taste of the start from scratch, create all these people that have never had a personality. You got to give them a story. You got to give them a backstory, give them a personality, hero face, and all that. So when you did stuff like that, and when you create your characters, even the ones that we know, the Junkyard Dogs and the Pipers and all that stuff, some of those characters have played heel or face or both.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so your approach to the heel face, good guy, bad guy thing is going to be different than us playing the game here, because you need to convey these characters are this or that. So obviously your commentary, but what other ways are you out there trying to get someone, let someone know this is the bad guy, this is the good guy? Or do you totally believe good guy versus bad guy always has to happen? Or can you mix it up? What do you think?
Oh God, I think that is the most ludicrous point of view anymore, is people thinking, I remember when Vince came out and made that famous promo when they were getting Raw to have an attitude.
Yes.
And warning parents that, we think the time for having a good guy versus a bad guy is passé. Well, then why the hell did you have to turn Randy Orton, who's way over, on Friday night? You didn't have to do it.
Yeah, I have a take on that, but it's kind of, I think you got one of them should have been healed, but it could have been closer. Nah. And everyone was crying for Cody to be healed. That has to happen on its own time.
Well, now it has to.
He's amazing as a heel. It's got to happen sooner or later. But
I think
I like him as a heel.
I think he was the new John Cena. He was your corporate guy. He's great with kids and all that, and fans in general. Yeah. And he's a likable guy.
That's why I don't think they turned him. They turned Orton right now, is because he is that John Cena guy. They don't want to turn the John Cena guy yet. Let Orton play heel and then turn Cody later.
But that's
both
not
of these guys
the room.
get cheered. Both of them get cheered. Orton's going to get cheered if he's good guy or bad guy.
Yeah, but they're not reading the room then, because Orton wasn't getting booed.
I know, exactly. Both of them were getting cheered. Actually, and Cody was getting some boos, so they could have.
He was getting a little. And if you were going to pull that trigger, do it at Mania, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Let whoever's going to lose, and shake hands. Here's the belt. And then Crossroads or RKO, whatever it is, at Mania.
So this is a question I just don't want to ask you.
Do it anyway.
What are your plans to use 2K26 on your channel?
Dude, I don't know. Can I have 2K26? Will it work at any point in history?
I guess we got to be like, in a perfect world, they patch communications for you. Are you going to try to pick up some of the shows that you got going now and transition them over?
No.
Will you start fresh again and kind of start a new era, so to speak, for One Nation Network with something new with 26? I know you were teasing a AAA thing.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of that stuff. And I would love, because that is some of the best wrestling on TV right now.
Yeah. AAA. It is amazing wrestling. The programs are awesome. If you're not watching it, it's free on YouTube. Just check them out. I promise you won't regret it. Really, really good stuff. And the fact that one of the main reasons I crumbled on this thing is because they were bringing so much AAA. They're bringing the belts in. They were bringing now up to what, 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 of their wrestlers in between now and the time it's all said and done. And
last year you were out on the game and it was the old school DLC, which was amazing. And it was like the last one.
Yeah.
You were like, dadgummit, now those are characters I've been waiting for.
And everybody else was bitching about, oh, this last pack sucks. This last pack sucks. Well, then give it to me early, and you all can wait for your shit.
So you're going to do something new whenever you do get to 25. Like, you have enough ammo in the barrel. You don't need. You have other things you can continue doing on 25.
And that's what I'm probably going to do. At least here's my thing. Right now with 25, we're leading up to WrestleMania. And I've been building that for too long not to finish it. So we'll get through March 31st. And at that point in time, I will reassess whether I want to continue doing 25 for the Saturday stuff, for the 605 Legends with the TBS stuff, and then the Saturday morning WWF style stuff. I might still do that. Again, it comes down to time at a certain, this all, it takes time to put all this together. But for 2K26, I have to presume this is the best version of it there's ever going to be. And I'll never get community creations. I have to presume that.
If you look at that, you could be pleasantly surprised if you.
I'd be shocked, but okay.
Yeah.
And what I already did one stream on was a new version of ECW. It's been done before, but not like this. In other words, I see so many of these names. I actually have the roster up here in front of me for 2K, and as I'm going through, and some names I'll omit because I haven't introduced them yet, and there's a little surprise factors in the storylines, but. A young AJ Styles would have been had ECW not folded, is my theory on this. Okay, so Heyman stays in ECW all these years. What could have been? What would have been? AJ Styles, would he have spent time at ECW? Of course he would have. I don't think there's a doubt in the world. Alex Shelley and Saban, would they have gone and done a stint over in ECW? Of course they would have. It would have been amazing. And still keeping your New Jacks and your Cactuses and Terry Funks in there as well, so that you could have the fantasy matchups. But all under this hardcore theory. There was one guy in particular, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. He has to be in NXT because I really don't know much about him. Yoshi something or other?
Not sure.
I'll tell you in a second here. I'm getting to the Y's.
Someone's
the Y? I don't know.
They'll type it in the chat.
That's right here.
I just
Yoshi Inamura.
Inamura, yeah.
The funny thing is the thumbnail, when I saw the thumbnail, just jumped out at me. And I was like, yeah, that dude needs to be ECW. Then you look at the in-game character and it's like, you going to put some detail on his face or what, man? It looks like somebody used a watercolor paintbrush on him.
Yeah, it's weird how some characters are like, holy shit, that looks like literally the person. And other ones are like, what the fuck did they do to that character?
But that dude totally would have done ECW if that was still going on. And it's a perfect fit for that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking some of the known names. And then I've done a couple of creations of my own. The one thing I can do is if I get a face or a tattoo art or whatever, I can upload that and I can download it onto my game. It's just characters.
You still got image. So you got image loader. You just can't.
That I've got.
Okay. You know what I just thought of? I know it's a new game, but in 2K25, my second login has that same exact error. Every time I click on upload, crash, just like how you do it. It'll literally go to a kind of screen, pause out and crash every time I hit upload. The only way I got out of it was a different PlayStation login. Now, I think because you deleted it and reinstalled it, something this is just me brainstorming because it worked for me. Because it went right back to not letting you get in communications, something's tied to your PlayStation login. I guarantee you take a different password, a different email and password, start a second PlayStation account, and you can share the game from your main account to the second. That's how I'm using second and a third account. When my second account did that, I got my third account, which is just a different email, and it worked perfectly fine. Not that you should have to do that. I know it's fucking ridiculous.
Look at you trying to find a way to make it work.
If you had a second email and password, I bet your communications would work. Because it happened to me the same way, and I've seen other people. Yes, even Count saying Goddess had that problem too. If you get a different PlayStation login, I'm not saying they can't fix it on their end, but they probably won't. They never patched the problem I had in 25. I still go back to that second login and click on it, crash. I'm just saying, worst case scenario.
You know my biggest fear? I don't remember the password to this PSN account.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to get logged out of my account.
Well, because like the uploader for me, if I bring up this uploader, let me show you. I'm going to share my screen just because this is very weird. I don't know if anyone else has ever hold on, share screen. Come on, bastard. Share screen. My uploader right here is a third account. Oh shit.
See, that's what happens to me right there.
Right.
Crash.
Well, if I go to that uploader, it won't let me log out to go to my other account. I have to go to Sony.com and log in there, log out, and then I can log in, and it'll change on the uploader. So my uploader's real wonky. What is going on here? That's not.
But you're right. We shouldn't have to do all that.
No, you shouldn't have to. I'm just saying, worst case scenario, who knows? They give your money back and say, keep the fucking game.
No, that ain't going to happen.
Then just go.
You'd be lucky to get the money back.
Yeah. But I don't know. We got one more guy. I'm going to go real quick through Count Z because he doesn't know shit. He's just a total asshole. I just felt like bringing him on to fucking bust his balls. And then we're going to get
that was my job.
Then we're going to get to Jeopardy, and then we're going to get to the 2K talk. So hang tight, Vince. We'll bring you right back in a couple.
All right.
Just don't have any malfunctions while we wait.
Hey, man, I can only do what I can do, man. Shit, I'm over here just working on a call.
We're not going to piss around.
No, the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
Yeah, I really think if he'd had a different PlayStation account, he'd probably work right in there.
French blood in his veins lies in power in his reign. Count of shadows, deceiver, trapped up the true believer.
Welcome in. Hey, look, it's Count. How you doing? All right, we've had enough account. Let's move on, get to the game, and we'll move on from there. We had enough account.
You son of a gun. You call me County come lately and then make me wait an hour.
You're just jealous because I'm blowing Vince and I'm not blowing you.
I mean, I honestly prefer that. Goddess blows better anyways.
All right. So I really brought you on for the other stuff, but really quick, back in the day, Goddess ran wet panty wrestling.
Whipping post?
Whipping. Yeah, that's what
there
it was.
It is. I got you, buddy.
It was wet pussy wrestling. I don't know.
I mean, I do like wet pussy anyways. No cats were soaked in the making of this joke.
Goddess, she's totally okay with me saying shit like that.
Oh, she is.
One of the most off-the-cuff shows you've ever had, and Count would do a tag team show on Wednesday nights for her. So in order for him to weasel his way back into the Summit and the Gathering, we're gonna say he's the tag team guy for WPW.
We're gonna say that. Though I do have to actually start a show. It's been so long since Goddess did a show that we're just going to reset the roster and give all old champions title fights and just, we're going to just reset the whole roster and just have some fun with it.
I mean, I've already kind of done this on my live streams before, so I don't think it's really, and I don't think she would mind at all. Goddess has been in and out of the hospital for months. So, we all have our prayers for her to get better. She's popped into the live stream. She has some mega health problems going on, and she didn't think she was going to make it a couple months ago, but she's pulling through. She's one of the strongest women I know, and I don't really know her that well. I think
she's a badass bitch. She's a badass bitch. One of my good friends for many, many years. I love that woman.
And an in-character wife.
Oh yeah, in-character wife.
Which I'm going to steal sooner than later.
Out of character booty call, don't judge.
So, and for those that don't know, she's like 45 minutes from me. Her and Blade Charge are the closest ones to the Pittsburgh area that I am. And I told her legit, I mean, my health is up and down as it is, especially right after when the weather's changed. But
just like your popularity, up and down.
Exactly. But I told her when she gets home, let me know. I will make it a trip to go see her. I have to. And from that, she might as well sign divorce papers count after that point,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
It's over.
You meet her you meet her out of character. Apparently, I lose my in-character wife. That makes sense. I get that. Yeah.
But just everyone keep Goddess in your prayers, your thoughts. And
always do. Yeah.
I'm sure she would appreciate all of us. She knows we're all thinking about her. She misses it tremendously. the little talks that I've had with her, she's like, she's tired of, she wants to be independent again and be home and be with us and do her show and be wacky and off the hook. So hopefully sooner than later. I don't want to dwell on it, but she deserves a moment of acknowledgement.
I like how you use my moment in the spotlight to then acknowledge my wife, and I can't even be mad at you because I love Goddess so much. I can't even be mad at you. Well played, you douche. Touche, douche.
All right, bye. That's all. I didn't need you for much more than that anyway. Seriously. The one thing I mean, the 2K26 thing we're talking in a minute, but I do want to talk to you about. You've been another one along with Mordrin that has been through every gift of gab, kind of leading the way, and I appreciate that because people setting the standard, saying this is, and I don't want people to think that Mordrin and Count are like my two best friends, and I'm giving them any type of benefit.
I barely like this man. I barely like him.
They've earned this with their voice, with their promos. I am not favoring anybody. I got blamed for that. Actually, when Mordrin was a huge bad guy, people used to come to me and say I was favoring Mordrin. I didn't even like him personally outside of the game at that point.
My rule is being a heel.
I didn't even know him, and people were like, "You're favoring Mordrin. You're giving him all the title shots." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. Love him to death now that I know him personally, but back then I was like, he's an asshole. I want to get him out of my company." But no, once you got to know him, look what he's doing now. And you've been doing the same thing. Every gift of gab, kind of leading the way. You're not a face. You're not doing a fucking face turn.
Count. Oh, no, I am. See, Count does not believe that he is a heel. I have a man of principles and honor, and I follow my own code. I may do dickish behaviors, but I believe I am justified in my behaviors. That's how you play a bad guy. I don't believe I'm actually evil. I believe that I am good in my actions, and I am standing on my code. That's how I play my heel, because I'm going to be a dick, and I'm going to make you upset. But in my view, I am just here to make you laugh, and I'll make people laugh at your expense.
Another thing is, that's why I say sometimes people aren't really true heels or faces. You determine how it is.
Yep.
Is that you can do either one, and it doesn't really matter to me. But it's how you do it. So, I mean, you've done both. So I want your advice to the people out there. Just what would you tell someone that's, trying to be in character either way, and how
commit to the bit. Commit to the bit. Like, if you're going to be the straight guy, be the straight guy. Like, I personally do dickish behaviors, but I can morally justify myself. That's why, I love Redneck Avenger, but did I have fun calling him an old horse that needs to be put down? Yeah. I did so savage at Redneck Avenger. You're like, what did Redneck Avenger do to you? I'm like, nothing. This was a Tuesday.
Well, okay, so let's go. We'll bring real wrestling into this. Like me and Vince were just talking about the Randy Orton thing. He turned heel and got cheered for it. The people who love Randy are going to cheer for him. So, Count as a heel, but then there's all these people that love Count. Even if he's a heel. So it's hard to be. That's why I say everyone's kind of a tweener.
When your character is so good at doing what they do, you end up getting people who like you. And I am good at getting under people's skins and being funny and making jokes at your expense that people who are adjacent to it go, oh, wow, Count's being funny over here. And then you start gaining some interest, regardless of whether you're good or bad. When it comes to Cody.
There's a group of people out there that like Radio Rex. He's meant to be hated. But there's
I used to be one of those people, but boo Radio X. But I do like Gav.
So there's a fine line. It's like you can be a bad guy, but also be a fun bad guy, I guess is what we're trying to say.
I mean, just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean I have to I can do disgusting things. I once got kicked out of a company because there was a person who liked to role play having a child put a bucket on my head, and I would play up to the joke, have fun with it in the chat. But after I'm trying to have a serious angle, and this child puts a bucket on my head for the 20th time in a week, I super kicked this child.
I was warned about bringing this guy into my company. But instead of using the reputation that he built elsewhere to determine whether I brought him in or not, I did what I do to everybody. Background checks. I go to people that knew him and other people. I'm just using an example. I will go into chats where he was and see how he acts. I will talk to other people that know him, see what he's done. I found out he did a lot of bad shit back in the day.
In WU, I did some very horrible stuff, but at the same time,
a lot of people.
I never lingered like a fart. I'm not one of those people that I'm going to hit you and I'm going to move on. I'm not going to bully you. I'm not going to make a whole whisper campaign against you. I will do what I got to do, say what I got to say, and then I move on. I don't take it personal. This is business, and I'm going to move on.
And that's what I wanted to get through earlier too, to anybody out there who, takes it some kind of way in the chat. Someone's coming at you. It's in character. They're not coming at you, the person. They're coming at your character. So just
I'm never
along.
going out. I'm never going out of character. I'm never out of coffee. I will always be in the pocket. At the end of the day, I'm not. I had to say that for you. At the end of the day, it's all a game. But if I do upset you, come talk to me. I'm usually not that bad behind the scenes. But in character, go fuck yourself.
You skip right to the last segment.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, so we're gonna be right back in just a second. We're gonna bring everybody back on. And we're gonna play a little game. See if I did it right. Yay! All right, so the podium in the middle is the live chat. The podium on the right for you viewers is Count Z and Vince McSham. Hold on, let me Count and Vince. There we go. Now you're over your name. So we are going to play a little game of Jeopardy. So what I found online is a wrestling Jeopardy thing. Now, Triple Beat knows last time we did this, didn't work out so well. Because me and Triple Beat looked up video game questions and answers, and we got half of them wrong. So we had debates in the chat. Wait, that's not the right answer. It wasn't SmackDown. It was SmackDown Know Your Role. It was this one. It was that game. So
you should always fact check before you start.
No, in these games, some of these were like 2023, 2024. Let me find out what year this one was before I bring it up. So I found a whole channel full of wrestling games. 2020. Let me find which one it was. I think it's this one, which is 2020. So it's 5 years ago. So here is share screen. There you go. My Jeopardy template. So here are the categories. We have monikers, tag teams, factions, WrestleMania, and random. I think we can keep that up there. We don't need to know. You guys know what numbers are after 200. So we should go backwards from how they came in. So when we go, it'll be like Vince and then Triple Beat and then the chat and then Count and then Mordred and then the chat. But for Count and Vince, you guys can discuss if you don't know an answer, if you want to go with one. So one person will pick the category, but both of you on the team can make the decision on the answer. If one doesn't know and the other one does, you're good. Okay. And we will just rotate. It'll not be win and keep going. Because last time we did that, because a lot of these questions were like super simple. Like whose finisher was the Rock Bottom?
Obviously Dwayne the Rock. I mean, wait, what?
So I didn't look at the answers or the questions either. So this is all being discovered by us all at once. So we are going to start with the grandfather, Vince. So you pick your category and number first for your team.
I'm thinking WrestleMania for 100, Alex.
All right, we're going to go 100 for WrestleMania.
Alex McCoy, our host.
This WrestleMania was billed as the immovable object versus the irresistible force. Which WrestleMania? You don't have to answer with what is or who is bullshit.
What was WrestleMania 3?
Yeah, it's WrestleMania 3.
WrestleMania 3 it is.
What, no sound effects? We don't get the little...
Yeah, ding!
No.
Yeah, we want some whistles.
I mean, I can do a plot here.
Damn.
I mean, this is a low budget show.
And go, damn.
Yeah. Got him.
This is always my Redneck Avenger one if he was here. He was like, all right. If we could have done the Gong Show, but I don't have any cocaine for the Gong Show. For the Gong Show, you need cocaine. If anyone knows what the Gong Show was in the 70s. That and Match Game. Remember Match Game?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
when they would say the word and something blank, that one too, and people that was cokehead heaven on those shows.
Oh yeah, I know it was.
When I was a kid, I had no idea, but I watch them as an adult, and I'm like, dude, those dudes are so fucking coked up. That whole panel.
Oh yeah, you can see the drip coming out their nose. That's how bad it is.
So okay, I could do this right this time. Last time I clicked the wrong one, so it's team 3 got it right. There's 100 points.
There's 100 points.
All right, so we go to team 1, and we start with Mordrin.
Let's do tag teams for 500.
Ooh, he's going big baller. James Storm and Chris Harris. You can talk to Triple Beat if you need to. Oh, this is you don't know.
Oh, I know it.
One of those now that it's here,
don't give him the answer.
Can I?
Yeah, you and Mordrin. You can answer. You know it.
I believe it is America's Most Wanted.
Yes, it is. Yep, it is. As soon as you started saying it, it clicked back in.
Yep.
America's Most Wanted.
See, I read James Storm and I was going to say Beer Money right away, and I'd have been wrong.
Beer Money.
God, I love
my favorite tag team. My favorite tag team as a kid.
Tell me I'm wrong. Beer Money would have got over big time in Vince's old WWF.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You imagine?
100%.
Look what he did with Bobby Roode alone.
Yeah, exactly. Glorious. All right, chat. First person in the chat to put a name, category, and a number, I'll use it. So anybody in the chat, first person to pick a category and a number. So you say random 200, factions 200, tag teams 200. And it's going to be tough to beat the chat. They got everybody. They got 21 people in there. Anybody in the chat, first one up. I'm on live chat. Tag team 100 says Wally. So tag teams for 100. You guys will have 30 seconds to type it in the chat. I'm not going to wait forever. All right.
Oh boy.
Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart.
Such a difficult one.
I know,
Oh my god.
This is why we're not just continuing if you get it right. 30, 29, 28, 27. Damien got
There
it.
you got a winner.
Right off the bat. We have a wiener. So they get their 100. And now we're back to Count Z picking this time.
That was the $500 one?
No.
Right?
There was a couple difficult ones on the last one. This one, I don't know. This one might be super easy to
If
hold.
that's a hard one, damn.
All right, count.
Okay, so I'm going to go WrestleMania for 300.
Ooh.
This star-studded WrestleMania included celebrity guests Muhammad Ali, Cyndi Lauper,
Oh,
Mr. T, and Liberace. Which WrestleMania was it?
You got this?
Isn't this the first one?
It is.
Yeah, okay. What is WrestleMania 1? Yeah.
I can't hit the clap button at the same time, so you guys don't get fucking claps.
Hold on, I got you.
Yeah, thanks, Vince. See, Vince is a true
I have
professional.
to go all the way back here, then I go back over here. Oh, that's Lord Amadeus's Thunder.
The Maestro is here. My eyes are turning. My eyes are turning green. My eyes are turning green.
That's just because of all the other stuff you do outside.
All right, so I gave you that one, right? You got 400.
Yeah, you did.
All right, so now it's to Triple Beat.
All right. Let's do monikers for 300.
The Anvil.
Jim Neidhart.
Yeah.
Good one.
Who picked out these questions and answers, man?
The internet.
10th grader.
Damn.
There's a Jeopardy page where there's millions of categories. I just have to pick the right one. I have to pick a more difficult one, but I don't want to know the answers, so I'm going in blind. Chat. All right, anybody in the chat, first one you put up there, category and number. Category and number. And quit putting the answers for them, chat. You're trying to beat them. Factions for 300, says Damien. Either you're this faction or you're against
Ooh, I
them.
love it.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I got the answer, but I'm not going to give it up.
Chat, you have 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Is it the NWO?
Nope.
Nexus.
There it is.
And everyone's saying NWO too. You guys got it wrong. I'm
You're
not doing
either
negative.
Nexus or you're against us.
One of my favorite. Yeah, you're either Nexus or against us. Yep.
Odds got it late, but he got
I
it.
paid
now.
$50 for the damn T-shirt about a year ago.
Nice.
You know, that's one thing I don't think has they ever give us in a 2K game, Nexus.
No, they've had Wade now for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like, for the love of God, give him the shirt.
Well,
at
now
least.
most
All right,
of
you're
them-
not going to pay the other guys to be in the game, but at least
Yeah,
give it
right.
to him.
They have the
Yeah.
Nexus. They have the Nexus logo in the game though, because
Pretty sure,
the
yeah.
CM.
But even
Punk,
back in
the
the old
CM
games,
Punk Nexus or
in the
new
old
Nexus
games,
version
I
of
like
Punk is in
that.
there.
they
Yeah,
never
the CM
had
Punk
Nexus
version
in.
lost me.
What year?
No, Nexus in the 2012, 20. They did have Nexus in the old like the mid 2010s and all that.
Did they?
But
in the
yeah.
video games they did.
Yeah,
I believe
WWE
in 12 or 11 they had the Nexus. I just forget which one now.
I felt like they got skipped somehow. Like they fell in this
Yeah, I
window
thought-
between games where they never got
Yeah, I
in. But
didn't
maybe
think
you're
it-
right.
Mason
They-
Ryan, Skip Sheffield. Everyone's naming them now. All
They
right,
were
it's
in
back,
Skip Sheffield, yep.
well.
it's back to
Yep, yep,
Mordred.
yep.
Mordred.
Let's go random for 400.
The last ECW
Oh, Jesus.
television
Ooh.
champion. Don't help him, chat. You're playing against him. 30
television.
seconds for
Ooh.
Mordred and Beat.
I feel like I know it.
I have a guess, but I don't think I'm right.
I have a guess, but again, same. I can
No,
say it if you want me to.
Yeah,
but
go ahead because
The thing is-
It was
last
Is it-
champion.
is
Wait a
it-
minute. Is it your turn, Count?
I thought it was the
Yeah,
audience.
I thought after the audience it goes to us, then team one, then the audience, then so
Oh,
you gave them
yeah.
our spot.
Whoops.
Well, then answer
Wow.
that question.
Well, the thing is, how
I
do
mean,
you know
I
the
can answer this.
if you haven't
I
looked?
can answer this question,
I don't know.
but I don't even.
Yeah, but how would you know if the audience has the right answer if you haven't looked to see what the answer is? Like
don't.
somebody just put Rhino, for example.
I
No,
No, I know the
Looking-
audience is wrong. Audience is wrong. I haven't even looked, but I know they're
All
wrong.
right. Well, this is the only way to correct it. Instead of going to them, it should be Count and Vince to answer.
I can answer this question.
Go for it.
And fucking answer.
Who is Ezekiel Jackson?
No, it's Rhino.
What?
I was going to say RVD, so we were both been wrong.
Yeah, fine. I guess Rhino was right.
I thought
All right.
Rhino was the last heavyweight
That's
champion.
what I thought too.
He's the world
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah, that was
Not
TV.
TV.
Yeah, that's what I
We're-
thought
we're-
too.
We're
that
going to
he was
hold
the
that
last
thought, man.
heavyweight.
Hold that thought. Mm-mm.
So
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
if
We're going
we
to go to the judges backstage for a minute here.
Because I know in WWE's ECW, it was Ezekiel Jackson for the ECW World Champion. That's
Who was the last ECW television?
So after you guys, it's heroes, then live chat, then villains. Okay, I just got to go left
Yeah.
to right.
the
All right,
left
so
to right. You got this.
Now it's you beat again.
Okay. Let's see. Factions for 200.
The Attitude Era faction has 2 words for you. All
DX.
DX.
D-Generation X. Yep.
right, you got it. So team 1 gets 200. Now we go back to the chat. Chat. All right, chat. Up to you guys, chat. Category and number, chat. First one I see.
It was Rhino.
Monikers
Yeah.
500. The Geek Goddess. I do not know who the Geek Goddess is.
Finally, a tough one.
You guys got 30 seconds in the chat. I'm gonna take the first answer. But don't put it out there if you know it.
Never heard that one.
Me either.
Yeah, no, me either.
Unless it's spelled wrong and there was supposed to be an R in there.
Even Greek
It's
wouldn't
still-
help me. And a Greek goddess? No, I got nothing.
Hmm.
15 seconds.
What was the heading for this one?
Monikers.
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 Yeah, it's
Okay,
monikers.
monikers.
And I think I know who it is.
Well, you
got
can't
nothing.
steal it. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
not going to
10
steal it.
10 seconds. The guess is AJ Lee.
See, that was the name that came to head only because of the geek, but I've never heard it called.
Wow.
Yeah, that's who I knew who it was. Yep, it's AJ Lee. That
I
was her
didn't know they
nickname.
called her that.
Yep,
I've never
back
heard
in
of
like
it.
2010, 2011. They used to call her the Geek Goddess.
Team
Okay,
2
that's a
got
good
it.
question. That was a
Yeah,
tough
that
one.
was a good.
Yeah, that
see,
was a good one.
All right, so chat. Now it's back to Vince.
WrestleMania for 500.
All right.
Might as well.
This WrestleMania ended with one of the more emotional moments in the event's history as both Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit celebrated in the ring as world champions.
It's either 10 or 20.
You guys can.
That's
discuss it.
20. I believe it's 20.
That's what my first thought was.
All right, so
It's
the guess
20.
is
Yeah, because
20.
10 would have been
Yep.
Hitman.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 20.
It's 20. Yep, we're right.
WrestleMania 20.
I knew it
All
was
right,
Madison Square Garden.
Now you got
Yeah.
900. So now we go back to who picked last time?
It
Bean or
would,
Morton?
it would be more this time.
All right, Mort.
Let's go with factions for 500.
The faction was brought to WCW to destroy Hulkamania.
Ooh,
The Dungeon of Doom.
that's it.
Wow, good one. 1,500.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have got that one. All right, chat. Chat is up. Look, they're in there putting answers. Don't put answers. You're playing against the other two teams. All right, chat. Category and number. Tag teams for 400, says Tiny. Typhoon and Earthquake. 30 seconds, chat. I'm taking the first answer. I see. Typhoon and Earthquake. I'm not wrong. Natural
Will actually be in
disasters.
2K26 eventually.
Natural disasters.
There's your winner.
Correct.
Yep.
Now at 1,000. We got a ball game here, folks. There we go. I don't have a count.
Monikers for 400.
A man's man. You or Vince can answer it. Talk amongst yourself. 30 seconds.
First
He's a
thought that
man.
jumped in there was Regal when he was over there, but that was
He's a man's
remember when
man.
Regal went into the WWF with that whole
Yeah.
lumberjack bullshit.
Is that your answer?
Man's man.
Don't answer, chat.
I feel like that won't be right though.
No, I don't feel like it's going to be right either.
A man's man. Can you use it in a sentence?
A man's man. You know, honestly,
Nowadays.
I'm just going to go with who is William Regal and just hope that's right.
I got nothing else either, so I'll go with it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yes. That's yep. That's the only one. The only name that came to mind was Regal. So
You got it. It's a good one.
How many points that was worth?
400.
400.
That was another legit question there.
So
Yeah, those are
heroes have 15, 1,000 for the chat, 1,300 for the villains.
Ha!
And this goes.
Suck
these
it.
heroes are cheating. These heroes are cheating.
This is Mordred now, right?
Actually, no, this one will be.
This will be Mordred did the last one. Beat.
Uh,
Getting down to it.
factions for 400.
This faction was comprised of Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch.
What is PCB?
Yes.
I totally forgot all about that.
PCB.
I
When they
sadly
first
did
came up
not.
to the main roster.
Peanut
Yeah,
butter
PCB.
crunch.
Would you have known that?
I did. Yeah, I knew that one.
Okay, good. I would have given that to you then because I had nothing.
So that goes to the heroes.
It was such a lamest tag team. It was a lamest tag team name. Oh, the first initials of all three of our names. Let's do that.
I was just like, what the fuck does this
Not much
stand
energy put into that one.
for? No,
No, not at all.
No,
It's like today's writing team.
Lazy,
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Lazy. All right. So
Lazy
chat,
booking.
Lazy booking.
that was very late. Chat, we need a category and a number. Chickadee chat. Anybody in the chat, pick a category and a number. And buy some merchandise, Nightbot says. Yes, please do. WrestleMania for 200. Headlined by Hulk Hogan versus Vince McMahon. This WrestleMania took place in Safeco Field, Seattle, Washington. You can just
Shit.
put the number in the chat. The
Mm.
number WrestleMania what, chat? The first number you guys put is the one I'm going to take. WrestleMania what? I have no freaking clue.
I'm glad they got that one.
Brandon says
Me too.
19.
I was thinking
That's
17.
19. I had to
Really?
think for a
Okay.
second.
Wow.
That was also the night that that the Rock Stone Cold turned heel on the Rock. Or no, sorry, no, that was Stone Cold's last match.
Damn, Chad is all
19.
over. Look, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19.
I mean, until
19.
Kevin Owens. That was his last match until Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So now it's Mordred.
No, after Chad is us. After Chad is us, Blaze.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
okay, my bad.
We're supposed to be the villains here, man.
Yeah,
You're
we're the
supposed to be
villains. Why are
villain.
you cheating for the heroes?
I can be villain host.
You're supposed to be a host, man. Neutral, impartial.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
with his biased
You're Gene
referee.
Okerlund.
This is biased radio.
Biased radio,
I knew
yeah.
it.
So is it Vince or Count? Who picked the last one?
It's technically
you
me,
got
I
last
think.
one.
Well, pick it then, you bitch.
Let's go.
Oh, I thought Count was picking. It don't
No,
matter.
you got the last one, I think.
No,
Don't
Vince McMahon. Yeah, give it to Sham. I did pick last. He is right.
Yeah, you did, you dick. Try to pick.
All
Okay,
right.
you're up, Vince.
Come on.
We're gonna go random for 500. I want the money.
I
Yeah.
knew it. This was John Moxley's opponent in an unsanctioned match at the very first
Oh,
Fighter
shit.
Fest. You don't watch AEW, so there.
I was just gonna say, man.
Very good.
I guarantee you there was blood involved.
Yeah, I mean,
I
if you'd
know the
asked if he'd
match.
blood or not, I'd get that right.
I know the match, but I can't
Cat.
think of the opponent right now.
Temple.
Oh, I think I know. Wait a minute.
Temple, quit putting
Cowboy?
fucking- Temple, quit putting fucking answers in the chat. When
Yeah,
you're-
Hangman Page, Cowboy. Isn't Cowboy Hangman Page?
Is
Yeah,
that how you saying Hangman?
that's my guess. But I'll defer to anyone who might have actually watched the program.
Yeah, I don't watch
Is that what
AEW
he's
that much
saying?
either.
Okay,
No.
we're in the same boat. So we want to go with Paige.
Yeah, I think Hangman Adam Page.
All right. Who is Joey Janela?
Son of a.
I wouldn't have got that. I would not have gotten that. Nutella,
No, not in a
Joey.
million years. Not in a million years.
Yeah, he was in that company for a hot minute. It's okay, Temple. Just don't put the answer in for the teams that you're not on. You're helping them. Yeah, Tiny will yell at you. Trust me.
There she goes.
Well, it's okay. We don't know how to read, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't know how to read. You know, we're
I mean, you
heels.
have
We're
Count
not
as a
smart.
partner, so you're already handicapped.
So that was
Damn.
who was that? That was
Truthful, but out hurtful.
That was the chat, right? So now it's Count and Vince again.
Wait a minute. we
No,
just
that
did.
was
No,
Count.
that was
That was
Vince.
Count. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's right. We have to
you
go
been
again
drinking?
because
Shut up.
we
Count!
messed up.
No.
All right, triple beat Mordrin. The heroes are up. I don't know whose turn it is. You guys got to figure that out.
Okay.
Just pick one. I don't care.
Okay.
Mordrin
Tag teams for 300.
Booker T and Stevie Ray.
Harlem Heat.
Yes.
Harlem Heat. Yep. One of my favorite tag teams of all time.
All right. Chat. All right. Listen up, chatter. Tiny will rip your fucking head off.
Yeah, Tawny, Fear.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, keep going. Give us a category and a number, chat. Here we go. Random 300. The first Intercontinental Champion.
Mm.
I know
Chat.
the answer.
The first
So do I.
person that puts a name in the chat is going to count. Ooh, I could get so someone go in the chat and just.
Oh
lie.
man, I totally got this.
First answer I'm going with.
There it is. The answer
There it is.
Yep.
Pat Patterson.
in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, I
Brazil.
did
Yep.
know it. I thought it was
Tournament that
Pat, but I wasn't
one can
sure.
remember anybody attending.
Chat wins.
The fictitious
Okay.
Rio de Janeiro tournament that he
So
won.
since we've gotten the most of them, I guess we'll do WrestleMania 400.
Bingo.
Yeah. This WrestleMania was billed as the Ultimate Challenge
Oh, yeah.
as it features the Ultimate Warrior putting his Intercontinental Championship on the line against Hulk Hogan's WWF
Fuck.
World Championship.
6.
I was gonna say it's 6. I was gonna say it's
There you
6.
go.
Yep.
Ooh, is there enough to come back? You need 500 to come back.
You
the
never
heroes are
beat
gonna
the
mess up.
villains. Don't you know that?
Yeah.
You bitches need us heels.
Yeah. You
Well,
can't let the
yeah.
heels win, guys. All right, that was. the
Yeah, you've
heels.
always already been, jacking it against us.
Trying,
We know.
I'm trying,
Yeah, I
I'm
was saying,
trying.
unless it's a real screw job ending here, we got this.
Yeah,
We in Montreal right now? Just checking.
we're definitely in Montreal right now, Sham.
We'll know in a minute.
All right. So Beat took the last one, so it's Mordrin.
Let's go.
All of a sudden, the
Monikers 200.
$900 category comes up.
Mouth of the South.
Jimmy Hart.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite managers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, chat. You're digging into the points that the villains need to win. You need 700. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need all 4. You need all of them. So if they get
Yeah,
one
we're not
right,
winning.
it's
They're
over.
just pulled against us.
If the
This
tag
is the
teams
conspiracy's
for-
in.
Here it
We got
is.
this.
DiBiase and IRS. Chat, what is their tag team? If you miss it, the villains are alive.
Oh, the chat's never.
Fine
gonna miss it.
Mother? No, that's wrong. It's not Fine Mother.
There's the answer.
Money Incorporated.
Badass.
Yeah, Money
Chat.
Incorporated.
We can keep going to find out what these are. Vincent Count.
I don't even know.
Random
I think it's
200?
okay.
Of
There you
course.
go.
This is the first pick of the original Book It verse.
What the
What
fuck?
the hell's a book it verse?
The hardest question is a 200.
What?
What the
This
hell's a
was
book
the
it verse?
first pick in the original Book It
Book It
verse? Was this Southpaw Wrestling?
I don't know.
Like, is this Gorilla Pro Wrestling? I don't know.
Book It verse.
What the?
What the hell's book it verse?
This was the
What
first
is
pick.
this?
I'm assuming it's a person.
Yeah.
What the hell is
Book It verse.
Ah, look, everyone's
No one
looking
knows
at
what
it.
it is.
I'm
I'm gonna
just stalling and waiting to see if the chat.
Yeah, does the chat know?
I'm gonna
I need to look. Hey,
like,
is this
Google
Who
it.
Wants to Be a Millionaire? Can I phone a friend?
Are we?
I might have to phone 3 to get that one, man.
Yeah, phone 3.
Unless my friend is chat.
No one's getting it. So let's find out what the
I
fuck
got
this
nothing
is.
on that, man.
Yeah, I got
couldn't guess.
nothing.
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph
Of course,
Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. See, I knew that. I knew that.
Book It verse. What the fuck is Book It
I don't even know what the
verse?
fucking book it verse is. It's probably a TNA thing, maybe.
Book it
Makes no
verse.
sense.
You know what? The only thing I can think of is TNA does that one-off show every year where all their people play wonky characters.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Maybe it was part of that thing.
No, I have no idea. I'm gonna have to Google it because I am curious now.
I Google it's Book It verse is a podcast.
Yeah, that's why I was just pulling
The
up now, this
first
wrestling
pick, though? What's
podcast.
up with the first pick?
Picking
Yeah.
what?
Okay, so like the first guest, most likely the first guest that was a
No, I
wrestler
don't
on
know.
the show.
is
Maybe.
Is that Ziggler's show?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Podcast?
That's weird.
So who's-
Yeah.
who's-
Got me
Actually,
on
it
that
says
one.
here looking at
Who-
the series features drafts, brand trade wars, and fantasy booking scenarios.
So whose pick was that? That was
That was our
That was
pick.
us.
That was
And we
us.
botched it.
So it's beaten Mordrin.
Monikers for 100.
That was the most
Boo.
the legend killer.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
That was the most random
It's
thing.
actually Ted DiBiase. Come on now, the legend killer Ted DiBiase. We all know that.
Could have at least
Alright.
drawn it out a little bit for the drama and acted like you didn't know it.
Random 100.
Yeah.
5-time WCW champion chat.
Five time.
Five
time,
time.
five time. If you don't say Booker T, I'm gonna
There it is.
super kick the
I
chat.
might have,
I
I
was
might
going
have,
to say, someone better get this right.
I might have to do
Yeah.
a Blaze of Rooney.
Bam.
I would do a counter Rooney.
I'm going to say
pay
factions
see a
for
Blazer
100.
This faction started out in black and white, but don't turn your back on the wolf.
That's the
pack.
NWO, isn't that?
I'm pretty sure it's
There you
NWO.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's NWO.
Nope.
New
it's
World
the
Order,
New
yep.
World Order, not NW.
Okay, go suck my.
So 18,
I told you we were going to
18,
get screwed here.
the
And we got screwed,
heroes-
Vince. We only lost because of Blaze, biased radio.
The heroes win. Rawr.
Boo.
How did the heroes win? I thought we had the points.
No.
Yeah, we had the boys. The fix is in.
No.
Hey, Count, you should be
I'm going
used
to
to
watch
this.
this back and I'm going to do
I
the
am
math.
definitely used to this.
You should
I
be
tried
used
to
square it
cheat.
off
I
against
tried to
me and
cheat as
lose it.
best I could. At least we had one or two more difficult questions. It wasn't.
Yeah, but at the 200 level.
Yeah, the two.
Yeah, that 200 book it verse
Look at
was like,
verse.
what?
the-
It was very, very random. Very, very.
Definitely
random.
a random question, so they succeeded in that category.
Let's see. I need to do something while we transition back.
Count cheated.
I was gonna play to let. I don't have.
Yeah, I
your-
cheated to lose. Good
Okay.
job, chat. You're so smart.
He said it earlier. He doesn't mind losing.
Well,
I
I
don't.
didn't say you
I
cheated
mean-
well.
I mean,
Nah,
it makes
it's true.
sense, Count. You don't cheat well.
You grabbed
No,
the
that's
tights,
fair.
but they were your
Honestly,
own
very
tights.
true.
Time for 2K talk here and 26 talk after I do my little thing. Stay tuned.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Blaze Brew proudly brings to you Eliminator Beer. Don't get eliminated, get obliterated. Drink Eliminator Beer. Comes in a wide variety of flavors and colors. Available now at your local liquor stores, beer distributors, grocery stores, gyms, hairdressers, gas stations, restaurants, doctor's offices, pubs, bars, brothels, strip clubs, and street corners. Eliminator Beer, get one now. You won't be disappointed. You'll be shit-faced drunk.
Drink your Eliminator beer, everybody. All right, this is where I do my shameless plug for a little bit and talk about LTD before we get into the 2K26 stuff. Current roster is 64 men, 32 women. I will breeze through this and get right to the 26 stuff so we can bring everybody back on and talk about how much we love 2K26. Right into our tag teams. We've added a bunch of mixed tag teams. I've updated those. We have, I think, 23. We'll have a tournament for the tag team mixed tags to see who's next in line for mixed tags coming up. That'll be very soon. Your champions are still the same. The winners of the gathering, the final four. Well, of course it has a tail attached to it, Iffy. The final four will get title shots. You're looking at all the champions right now. Clinton McCleary is our king, our world champion. Our queen is Angelina Matthews. But I still think you should be more like your mother. The brackets, the gathering, 64 men, 32 women, getting right through it. I'm just going to breeze right through. Day 1 and day 2, we did the top part of the bracket. It's funny because right now they just picked all the regular brackets. It's March Madness time. So we got through day 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is the entire first round. And here's where we sit for this week. We have elimination matches. Win and stay in, lose and go home. Tuesdays, 8 and 4, 8 men, 4 women. And look at Nightbot dropping the links to the brackets if you want to check them out. There's the women's and there's the men's brackets. On Wednesday, we'll continue the elimination bracket in round 1. There's Vince's boy Shikahiro fighting Christian Tracy in the elimination round. Losers go home, winners advance. Then we get into round 2. On Thursday night, Kelly Mavericks, Triple Beats character, fights Brian LG. Counts Wraithnock and Mordrin fighting each other. Mordrin, what do you think about fighting Count come up in second round?
Well, we did this last year in the first round.
And I set it
got
up because I
out.
wanted to see it, yeah. And Mordrin won because Mordrin won the tournament last year. What are you going to do different this year?
The gathering, I made it to round 4 last year. I got knocked out in round 3 or 4 last year.
No, you did not.
Maybe in the elimination bracket.
You
in the elimination bracket.
You and I faced off in round 1 with my world title on the line.
Well, that's right.
No, that was Gift of Gab. That was Gift of Gab. I fought you first round with the title online. See, you're so old. Your memory is shoddy. It was that's Gift of Gab 2 or 3.
Here's the thing, though. My memory may be shoddy, but and I'll steal the quote from Blaze. At the end of the day, the result was I still knocked you out.
No, the gathering, I made it to round 3, and I after beating Joker, I think it was Atticus Black that took me out of the gathering. You won the gathering.
Nope. Actually, you are correct.
I know I am.
First round we faced, but you are also wrong in the fact that I was the one that put you out after I took.
Yeah, and like round 4 or 5 of the gathering is when you took me out, not round 1.
The reason I brought you both on is because we have this beautiful thing in the Discord called the LTV TV chat. And by Thursday, I'm hoping that we hear a little something from these two.
Oh, there'll be a song dropping tonight. I was saving it for after this podcast. After this show, I'm dropping a show called Bank on the Count. It's a song for Mordrin Nightwalker. I love him so much.
Yeah, but the thing is, you keep doing songs to promote a fist fight, and you keep losing.
I mean, who won Gift of Gab 5? Who won Gift of Gab 5? Who was that? Oh, who?
You didn't beat Mordrin, though.
You didn't beat me in it.
No, but Digital Dog beat you, and I beat Digital Dog. Therefore, I beat you. Vis-a-vis, I beat you by beating Digital Dog.
No, when you stand across from me, just me.
This Thursday, people.
Going down, mofo.
Get in the TV chat. Can't wait to see their promos. I had to bring them on. They're right here on the damn show. And the ladies will be getting at it too. Next Saturday, we're going to end round 2 and move on from there. The gathering will continue through the month. How about this for a little treat? You guys didn't see this yet. I made the announcement on the show the other night. I'm going to stay on 2K25 for Stable War 19. Everybody who's in the gathering will be put into a stable. We're splitting the roster into 2. Gift of Gab will have a Stable War. Everyone else has a Stable War. We'll start in D1, the Dominion, the continent of Africa. We will have 6 shows there. The 6th show will be on that cruise liner as we head up to Europe. From Europe, we'll have 6 shows, 4 for 1 and 2 head-to-head battles. One team versus another team. Winner gets that letter. If there's a tiebreaker, we'll have a tiebreaker. You are trying to collect the letter D, the letter E, the letter A, the letter T, and the letter H. Whoever collects a letter, that team goes to the semifinals. So I don't know if we want to have 5 teams in the semifinals, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll find out. After Europe, we're going to take a submarine. We will have a show on the submarine. I made the arenas today. So we'll have a show on the submarine going to America. America's will be the asylum. America's asylum, they're all cage matches. And then we're going to take a jet plane, big old jet airliner, and we're going to land in New Australia because the original Australia was destroyed. So we will have 6 shows in Australia. Then we'll take a blimp and we will have a show on a blimp. We've already had a show on a satellite, a show on the moon. We've had space. We've had underwater, and we've had Antarctica. So we will go to the hardcore habitat, H5, and then our last show will be on an aircraft carrier. We'll fly back to the Americas for the semifinals and the finals of Stable War 19, starting in mid-April, going through possibly June. So barring a miracle with 2K, we're staying for one more event. Spell out the word death, Stable War 19, the World Tour. Next week, Lord Amadeus, Crushing Kelly, Atticus, and Solo come into the show, and we'll talk about their takes on 26 and how they run their shows. The 5th week, we will have an open forum. Anybody who's on the show before is welcome to come back. And I'm going to highlight Beast and Bones. They're 2 new people that have a show, and they work together. Tiny and Hell's Gate, who now doing recorded shows. Monstar, who's doing recorded and regular shows. Sean Shamrock. So those 4 plus others in week 5 on the 29th. Week 1, like I said before, we had Twitch, Ben, Odds, and Riley. If you go to the Gathering shows, there's 43 links to all different shows. There's something for everybody. Check out Against All Odds. He's going to be taking a hiatus. Riley will be coming back soon with his show. Twitch had an amazing show earlier today. Love his energy as always. And Lord Amadeus will have more information on him and RAWF. Second show, Totes, Magoats, Kyle and Jiggles. Second City Soldier, check out Kyle Young. Fusion, him and Jiggles, check out them. And Beyond Your Soul. And Totes, Magoats on TCW. And then, of course, today, Triple Beat, Mordrin, McSham, and Countsy. In the description of this show, all 4 of their links are there. Be sure to check them out. As, like I said, Count can bring back the tags. Mordrin's bringing his show back. Vince is always putting out content, and Triple Beat working hard as well. Oh, the fun stuff. Triple Beat, check out his show and his channel, Eternity Broadcast for Mordrin. Vince McSham and the One Nation Network, and Count Zaretnak. The Summit, celebrating over 40 different Efeds, all in one, in conjunction with the Gathering, the double elimination tournament. Salute to each and every one of you guys. If you're out there and you have a show and you want to come on the 29th and talk, reach out. Come in, tell us about your company, and tell us about your plans for lovely 2K26. Well, looky here. Over the last few weeks, we've talked about the new things and the returning things, and we got a little hype for it, and we found out that the creation wizard was nothing but the way you start the universe mode. The draft I might use once. Automatic cash-ins, surprise attacks are nice if they work. I gotta always say that after I say something, if it works. Watch show mode, I've used a little bit, but I like having the stop in between matches. Some wrap-up match is nice, but I think Vince or somebody else is talking about, you got to actually pause it to show the wrap-up match, and that kind of kills people, especially me who's going straight from a PlayStation. You're going to see me hit wrap-up match. So if it's a 45-minute match and I want to end it, sure, but to use it as story, I don't know as much. Scrapyard, we talked about the moveset sequences that players are doing. You can set them up for your characters, more realistic movesets. The entrance taunts, I know you got to win this one. For some reason, you got to unlock the Crybaby one, because someone coming down to the ring, they just do 2 taunts. And I've seen the Crybaby one. I don't know if it's in my faction or the island or something, or my rise or whatever, but I did see that needs to be unlocked. You can even get 6 of it. Body and face morphing. Yeti had a show the other night. He's already showcasing that. Dude had stick legs and a big belly, and it was crazy. His characters are outrageous. I love it. And of course, more CAW slots and whatever. All that. We'll talk about everything as we bring everybody back on. Well, then answer it.
Yeah, it's actually the way you look when you're doing those taunts coming out. There's a number of times you press the button.
Oh, so maybe
it's between 1 through 3. The crying one is the You have to press it quickly 3 times.
Oh, so that's what I was doing wrong. Okay. Yeah, odds is saying the same thing. I thought you had to unlock it.
No,
All
but
right.
They just stacked it really weird.
All right. Fair enough. That's why we're all here. I'll be bringing everybody on here in a second. DLC's not really a lot to talk about. Me and Vince, we talked about earlier, a lot of the AAA people in here. You have one celebrity, Jelly Roll. So you don't have a bunch of basketball players people bitch about, or Pat McAfee and his boys and whatnot. You got Royce Keys coming late, Dan Housen. Those are people who just joined the company. So I kind of like that. Something a little different. But your DLCs, you don't get them for free. My thing, I heard someone say this, way to kill a lot, and we'll hear from everybody in a second. Way to get a lot of the arguing of the battle pass, ringside pass thing. Put the DLC on tier 1. You get 1 tier and you get the DLC. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it that way, make it so you could give someone a big ass, though. You can give someone the BBL. We always got that. Always happy to have a big, huge ass, though. We got patch 3, that's the one that fixed the mapping of the logos, the custom logos. So they did fix a creation thing early, right off the bat. And some of the other stuff just, they're very vague when they talk about patch notes. We all know that. And then patch 104 came out, is where the earnable RXP was limited. Now, at the same time, they're giving you more to win a match, which is a give or take, but that kind of sucks for people who grinded and got 100 instead of 120 for every win too. So it's a give or take, but that as well, having 2 patches already, I kind of wish they would patch some of the big things we were talking about. This is my concern. This is a huge concern to me. This show contains a custom arena. Using custom arenas can cause unexpected gameplay results and or lighting conditions. To me, that says if you use a custom arena, shit might get fucked up and we ain't fixing it. That's what it tells me. But this is a major concern for me because that gives them an out, in my opinion, to have something wrong, like not fix the LED barricade. They may never fix that. You may always have to have an LED barricade. I don't know. But that worries me. Every time you use a custom arena, that comes up. I will be doing creation streams of Blaze and Sunshine eventually. I will do match testing streams as well, but I'm going to keep LTD on 2K25 4 times a week. If I do something else, it'll be during the day or on a Monday or Friday or Sunday. Sunday, we're doing these, so probably not. So I will test some matches. From what I'm hearing, a lot of the matches we didn't like the last couple games, the Hell in a Cell and the ladders, are the same. I don't know. We'll hear from these guys. So from all these stuff, you guys can... I will do more universe mode testing as well. But that's it. We're going to bring everybody else back in. Count left, so I'm happy about that. I don't have to worry about his ass. So starting with Triple Beat, I mean, we went over the new features or returning features. We talked about some of the problems that we're having, some of the new things. Your experience so far, what new things you might be looking for. Summarize where you're at when it comes to what you do in the new game.
Right. Well, I started by just doing all the unlocks. So I did all the My Rise stuff. I have one more My Rise run to do, and that's the female heal run, or no, the male heal run. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a lot of fun so far. I'm going through Showcase right now. The update did make it a little harder. I've been playing it on easy, and it made it feel more like hard than anything. Anyway, that's a fun part. Universe mode has been fun. I've been running a universe mode since the start of the game. The game dropped. I made one night 1, and I go back to it when I need a break from unlocking stuff.
All right, stop.
Yeah.
How much? Okay. Have you done a draft?
No,
Okay.
I only did one brand.
Skip
I didn't
that.
put a draft.
Because there's a couple of questions that are to do with universe that I want to see if you're experiencing any of them. Are you using a custom arena or no?
No, I'm using all in-game stuff right now for universe. Haven't touched that yet.
Okay. Have you gotten into creations like Championship
Yes.
or Arena?
I got into. I created an arena, but I left the barricades on. I didn't take them off. I haven't tested that yet to see if I'm affected by that. They'll probably still be on, but
Yeah,
we're still in the first, like, the way I look at it is we're still in the first month.
And your
You know.
PlayStation, right?
Yes, PlayStation. We're still on the first month of the game. There's
We
gonna
don't
be
expect
issues.
the game for $150 to work
No.
when it comes out.
Now,
Last year didn't.
The
So I
hell?
mean,
now do you have both the uploader and communications beat? Do
Yeah.
you have any issues with those? Okay.
I've had no issues.
Okay, what-
I'm able to upload creations and download.
Okay. Mordrin, how much have you gotten into the game so far?
I've done showcase stuff already. I'm on my third run through My Rise. After this, I'll have a female heal left to do. I will say the male heal was so far the funnest one I've done.
Cool.
I was literally sitting there laughing in my chair. I have done a little bit. I've uploaded some images, so the uploader works for me.
Okay.
I've downloaded because someone makes Mordrin's attire for him,
Yeah.
and they've already done that, and I downloaded that already, so I can get into the community creation and do a download. That's about as far as I've gotten it so far because I'm trying to get all the unlockables done first before I really get into the other aspects.
What does that feel like being able to get into community creations? And actually do something?
I mean, it
For
felt
those of
pretty
us that
good.
don't know.
Well,
It felt pretty good.
The first issue that they did fix is Xbox and PlayStation were on separate community creations.
I heard something about that.
Yeah,
So
I heard that.
For a while there. We know PC's already in a different one, but they had Xbox and PlayStation separated. Apparently, those who I've heard from that are in community creation since the last patch, they're together again. Because
Okay.
like people are like, none of status is because I think he is Xbox, and none of his Xbox stuff was uploaded. But they were on a PlayStation. They couldn't see Xbox. Xbox couldn't see PlayStation.
Almost back to the way it used to be back in like 17 and such.
Yeah, I mean, we're a little spoiled, but at this point, it's 2026.
It should
We got
be.
cars that drive
Spoiled.
itself. You know, we should have the world with this game. So we already know.
Well, to piggyback off that, we have cars that drive themselves. We should have a game that works day one too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But we
with
don't.
the technology we have, this game should be a lot further along than it is. But we're neither here nor there. But I mean, Vince, we've already talked about the communications problem.
Is there a problem with community creations? I
Because
hadn't
you
noticed.
can't get. But I mean, other than that, I know you did the one stream where you went through the beating the shit out of Eric Bischoff a million times. And
Yep.
did you get to tier 40? I think you were there.
Oh, yeah.
On the one. Yeah, you're there.
Oh yeah, before
did
they
you-
did the patch,
did
which
you
we all
jump-
knew that patch was going to come.
Yeah,
I
and that's
didn't
everyone was
realize-
very.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that the first patch they dropped would address only that issue.
Yeah.
You got a whole litany of things you can be working on, but fuck you people, you are not going to grind it out quickly.
And then
Now,
try
I
to-
will give people a bit of advice that I've discovered already in terms of getting their pass done. Go through your My Rise. When you get to the end of the first one, you can defend your title. So you can literally pick a match that has no disqualification, go in there, beat the daylights out of somebody with whatever object you want, pin them, and get the bonus points right away within like 2 minutes.
Make sure it's over 60 seconds. You got to have a timer now by you.
Take your
So-
time and do a minute, but yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, pick
So
someone
here's
you don't
my
like
thought.
and have fun beating them up.
Give it-
When, it's not that we can't still do a quick tap out, okay? It's just that you won't get the 130 points, right?
True. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
How many of those quick tap outs do you think you could have done in 60 seconds?
I don't know. I've seen people doing it in 5 or
I saw
6
some
like
people on
literally
videos doing
one
it real
move.
Now
with
do the
tap
math. If you can do a minimum of 5, that's 15 or 150
Yeah.
as opposed to the 130 in a minute. So it's still a hell of a grind, but slightly more productive.
My question is, all right, going through season 1 and looking at all the unlockables, there was a bunch of like regular wrestlers and
No
stuff.
kidding.
Like
Yeah.
so much base. Do you think
Bret
they're
the
gonna?
Hitman Hart.
I wonder if they're gonna like. Is there enough regular characters to do that in the other seasons, or will the other seasons be smaller? I don't know.
I heard that each season was literally going to be so like season 2 will take you up to tier 50. So it's like 10
It's
tiers
only
per
10.
season.
I did hear that season
Well,
1
that's
was supposed to
slightly
be the
better news.
really biggest one. Like season 1 was overloaded with content from what I heard, but I don't know what's in the other 2 through 6.
And they sure as hell ain't going to tell you.
Mhm.
No, and if they're only
No.
doing 10 tiers as opposed to 40,
That's a lot more
that'll be a lot
tolerable.
better.
yeah, that's I mean, because that's something,
It's
but that's
manageable.
something that they should come out and tell us so people don't get mad.
Dude,
Yeah.
They were getting flamed when they first announced Battle Pass. That was when they should have said something if they gave a shit.
True.
But you saw what that friggin' developer, Brian Uniques, or whatever the frig his name is, posted last week that he got flamed over.
He said,
"You're not playing the game right. You son of a bitch."
He said, "You're circumventing the system." And then
take the system and shove it up his friggin' ass.
Everyone started dogging him for that comment. And they're like, grind if you want to, or don't grind. But
$150, you're going to tell me I got to play friggin' my faction to unlock this shit and that shit?
The way you want.
Yeah, I mean, they could have put all this stuff in the past, but still just give us the DLCs. Like, if you're paying $150, this should all come. But we can still grind for all the other shit. There was so much in season 1. That's my question. Yeah. Like, there was so much in season 1. If you take the DLC out, it's still 30 tiers, 35 tiers.
And not for anything. You look at the hairstyles. How many of them are locked to the island that you got to purchase?
Generic Tron Red was locked.
I'm just saying. That could be crap you put in the stupid season pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, they could have easily, and like I said, and I think it might have been someone I heard to say, just put DLC in tier 1. As soon as you get tier 1 done,
that would also be tolerable.
You get these 4 guys, you wouldn't have gotten as much backlash. I don't think 2K has ever, and you guys can correct me back before I started in 17, and I doubt they ever did because the internet and stuff wasn't as big before that. They don't have like a spokesperson. Like, there's no 2K guy that comes out and goes, "Here's what's happening on." You know what I mean?
Nobody wants to get shot on the way to work.
Actually,
there was
devs come out and talk, but I'm talking about
last year there was supposed to be a guy for community spokesperson, and he made it about a week and he resigned.
I can only imagine how many death threats he got.
In the past, they had, like, back in the PS3 days, they had Corey Ledesma, but he was a snake oil salesman, and then Brian Williams would come in and pretty much tell you this is how it is.
Yeah,
like he would tell you straight, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. But that's how that was back then. I don't know what they're doing right now, though.
Well, and as much as I hated Corey back in the day, and maybe I'd regret it, I would take him and that team back again and let THQ take over the friggin' title moving forward.
Yeah, and I think I think everyone would agree with this, and I've said it before, and I think Vince has even said on one of his streams, the one thing that 2K lacks that gives them the ability to screw us over like they're doing this year, no competition.
Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
I mean, even if AEW said, fuck it, we're putting out Fight Forever 2, I mean, it wouldn't, they would have to overhaul everything. I'm just saying, if there is something else, 2K wouldn't have as much leeway to just say, what the fuck are they going to do? We're the only wrestling video game out there.
Dude, you
mentioned... I can't even say that, though, because AEW came out at the same time as a WWE game, and they didn't care either. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to do arcade. We're actually doing what we're doing that you like.
True, they did the arcadey stuff, but there was some things from that game that now we have here because of that.
Yeah, I'm just saying they just didn't show that they cared either.
Brian Williams even said last year, we want to do tax. We can't do tax until old gen is gone. He said that last year.
Yeah.
He was like, that's one thing we've wanted to do. You know, we know you're seeing it other places, and there's only one other place. We talked about Virtual Basement, UPW, and it doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. But if one or two of those games, if both of those games were out right now, this shit wouldn't happen.
That would be the death nail for them, and they deserve that.
Even one that comes out on creations. I want a game that's focused around creations. That'll get them to step up the create, because they have no motivation to up the creation suite. None. I get the business end. Good, Vince?
You were talking about the Game On stuff that I do, and we've been playing a lot of like 07 and stuff. And back then you had create a story mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
15 years ago, we had shit that we can't get today. We had create a story. You could put multiple hairs together.
You could layer them, yeah.
I had forgotten about that. I'm over here trying to make something today, and I'm like, damn, if there was a second hair allowable. Wait a minute, I used to be able to do that shit.
But for the last few years, they have this, I'm not saying it's right, but they have this scapegoat. It's old gen. They could say, we couldn't do that stuff because old gen. We couldn't do that stuff.
But they were doing it 15 years ago.
That's what I mean.
Though, because they were doing old gen.
Going forward, they don't have that excuse anymore. They have free
reign. They never have that excuse. If you can do it in 07, I don't want to hear about old gen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
That's the excuse that I've been hearing. It is lazy. It's very lazy.
Or
I
they
will.
just aren't good as the developers were back in the day, and they don't want to admit it. But I'll do it for you.
Well, Vince, you always say we are the creation testers. They don't test creations. We do.
Yeah.
They don't test.
That's
Universe
early
either.
access. Early access, universe mode, and all those extra modes that they don't. All the play modes they play. Of course, they're going to play them when they bring those devs out. They play them. But
Well, that's because
don't
they
go into
only test the
creation.
modes that are going to make them money.
Yeah, and I get the business.
The
end of it. I
online
do.
mode is what they test and make sure it's working because that's their cash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And by the way, have you noticed the difference? Not that you never see me doing it, but the card market.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Are these things made out of gold this year? Is it like real cards? What's happening with that price tag? Holy shit.
Are you talking my faction stuff?
Yeah. You're never,
unreal.
even Kenny Baum, who lives on my faction, is like, this might not be for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I poked around it because you get a bunch of stuff during the pass you're doing. So I was like, okay, well, let me actually, I'll go claim my stuff and take a look. And it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't look at prices. I went and got my free packs and shit, but I didn't look at prices.
If you wanted to
you'll
buy
be
like
hurt.
their 20-pack thing, it's when you convert it over, it's damn near $40-$50.
So
It's
correct-
insane.
I mean, I've
For
seen other
20
things, but
packs.
correct me if I'm wrong. In my faction, the important thing is persona cards because that gives you the characters, right?
Right.
And then you can use the stuff from that character.
Well, and there's not very
You
many.
can also
Persona
get the new
cards this year.
character.
There's a
No,
handful.
that was going to be my question. How many persona cards can they offer you to
far,
make it?
There's not.
Mm.
And most of them are those fucking toy ones.
No, that's not true.
No, last year
No,
it was. They
they've
had like 5. There was like one toy 2 years ago. And then last year was like 6 toys.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some this year too. But no, there's actually been a couple Persona cards. But I also look at a lot of it as, okay, cool. I got that outfit from that one pay-per-view. I'm not spending $20 to get it.
Yeah, Kyle, you're talking about physical collecting cards, though. I know hobby boxes. He's talking about the actual collecting cards, not my faction.
Yeah.
We're talking
Now,
about.
if it was something like that, I could understand the price tag.
You would think it's something like that with the price tag they got on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's like I remember last year was what AJ Styles, the young retro AJ Styles. That was a tough ticket. I ended up getting one, but it took some work.
yeah. Now, you were
And Drew
talking about-
McIntyre, that never happened.
You were Vince.
Yeah.
You were talking about it on your stream the other day. I just lost my total train of thought. What fuck?
I will say while you're trying to catch it, ladder matches are even worse this year than they were last year.
What were we just talking about before that?
We were talking about
Cards.
cards being way expensive.
In the Persona
And I was
cards
mentioning
and stuff.
AJ Styles retro card.
I don't know where I was going to go with it.
How old are you again? I forget.
52. Sometimes
Is that
I'm 80,
all?
Sometime 82. Sometime.
I got 8 years on you, dude. Come on, man.
I was a
Catch up.
pothead. I was a pothead for like 30 years, man. I have no
Catch
brain
up.
cells.
But yeah, no, now you got to hit a button sequence to fill a circle.
Yeah, but I kind
And
of
you got
like
to fill
it.
the circle 3 times.
Yeah,
Wait, can't you change the setting to the other sequence like before?
I know you can on the submissions.
Now, I've seen it for the
Yes.
submissions, but
I didn't even look at it for the
didn't
ladder.
See it for ladder.
The ladder match that I played was the same as 25, where you just
I
hit
felt like it
the-
was the same.
hit the buttons and in the order that they tell you to.
And
Yeah,
if you
and
have
it
finisher
sets up
stored
the
up, you can
wheel.
skip.
Yep.
If you have
Yeah.
finisher stored up, you can skip like the first challenge. You can just hit it, boom, and it goes right to the second one. If you have another one stored, you can. If you have all 3, you can just bang, 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 and be out of there.
Okay, I didn't have a finisher stored. I hit the guy with it before I climbed up.
Ah, gotcha.
That way he couldn't climb up after me.
Yeah.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I'll tell you here, I mentioned this before. I have said a lot of positive things about this game. As much as I hate that company, and as much as I'm not enjoying the overall experience.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me that was like, no shit. They never even mentioned it. Has anyone done Bloodline yet?
no.
No, I've not yet.
What's that?
You get to select who runs in for your team.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's
Oh.
basically like Survivor Series. You're picking your team of 4. You're the main fighter. And who are your 3 people? And they will come out only, as opposed to that random shit that never worked right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that is
year's,
cool.
Yeah. It was,
And I just did that in the last stream I did. I think it was for the ECW thing.
Like last year, wasn't that match supposed to rely on like your
Allies. And
Your
allies?
and
In
It was
universe
supposed to,
mode?
and
Yeah.
it never did it right.
No.
yeah, it just didn't.
You could have other people that aren't even on the show showing up.
The other
I did
thing,
it for my WCW Nitro show that I did the other day.
The other thing I don't have on this list, which I really like in the game, is the mystery person. When you schedule a match, you can go back in and say, I want this person to be a mystery person. And you can also do a chamber where all 4 in the pods are blacked out. So you don't know who's in the pods. I cannot
until
wait
they come out.
So 2 people come out in their entrances, in the wide open. So I can have 2 people play against 4 mystery pod people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already got tournament ideas in my head for, first round, 20 people have 20 matches. You know who the 20 opponents are, but you don't know which one of those 20 you're fighting. So that first round will be a mystery round. So I like that. That's quality of life stuff that we can use for storyline and stuff where I don't have to turn off the to go to a different screen so it doesn't show them before the match. There goes the surprise. I got to blow the surprise.
Shout out to Odds over there. At 35 years old, I'm glad I'm the youngest guy in the room.
The mystery person must always be WCW Scorpion. It'd have the allies filled up and it'd still be it didn't work. Yeah,
it was horrible. So I'm really glad about that they got that fixed.
Timothy, are you telling me you're cancer free? Are you telling me you're cancer free now, Tim? If you are,
that's awesome.
That's incredible.
That is awesome.
That is amazing.
Bro.
So
yes. I got my clapping here somewhere too.
You got the clap.
The ragdoll physics this year are insane. Like
hearing so many good things, despite around all the problems. The matches are better. The ragdoll doesn't look retarded. It looks real, like they're falling.
I was watching Odds play.
But you're
saying
an
underground match.
You don't like them, Beat, or you do like it?
No, I love them. They're amazing. So I was watching Odds play an underground match the other day, and he picked up his opponent and DDT'd him right on the edge of the ramp, and they just folded over and fell on the ground, like fell out of the ring. It was like, oh my God.
What I've been seeing a lot is like if I power bomb someone on the stairs, for example, and if you catch them on the stairs and all, they'll kind of like have that effect where they hit this solid object, but then they do like this weird snake twist with their body and roll off or something like that, as opposed to a more natural. They fold in awkward positions a lot of times. I'm noticing when they land on objects.
The falling I like. I haven't noticed the after effect though, so that's a good point.
I hadn't
keep
noticed
an eye out for that.
All right, well, maybe it's just a me thing.
I know someone power bombed my character against the barricade, and you literally saw my guy bend backwards over that barricade.
I've seen a lot of the scrapyard videos, the scrapyard videos where they're up high and there's already tables stacked. And
the
ragdolling them down through those. Which, talk about stacking tables. I doubt the AI will ever do it. We're 8 years into AI is never broken a commentator table.
Never seen it.
That's an
thousands of shows. I
hadn't thought about that.
I have 1,361 shows. No fucking commentator table has ever been broken by the AI.
They got close in one of the test matches I was doing, but like they literally they had them leaning up against it and then changed their mind. I was like,
okay,
I was gonna say they've set the
you're
table
right there.
Okay, this is for the chat and you guys. In 26, are they doing the same shit like bringing a table and never touch it, bringing a ladder and forget there's a ladder in the ring? Like I've seen so many times they put a table in the ring and they forget there's a table in the ring. Like you would think the philosophy behind those wrestlers should be, if there's a table set up, all table moves should go right to the top and they should go for the table. Like they just let it sit there. Twice last season, I've seen them light it on fire and say, fuck it, never touch it. Like
I haven't had enough experience with it really, but I'll tell you one thing. I've done some ladder matches where they'll do the ladder bridge. Yeah. And then I do see them throw a guy on there. And then the minute the guy goes on, they go right to the top rope.
But like too many times slide the ladder in the ring and it just lays there. They forget it's there. Like, I don't know if I haven't tested it in 26 to see because I've heard weapons physics is so much better because you can choke people in the mouth with certain things, but will the AI do it?
I do
it.
I saw someone, I actually had this happen. Someone tapped somebody else out with the kendo stick.
Nice.
In their mouth.
Yeah.
With AI?
That's how AI versus AI, that's how they won the match.
No kidding.
Nice.
That's promising.
When I've been playing through, they haven't had time to use it. They bring it in, I beat them up.
Yeah.
See, so that's my question is always for any of these games because I'm a
Yeah.
unicorn. I don't play the game, and it's all custom. My question is always, will AI do it?
They will.
Yeah, and that's I just haven't gotten into that.
Has
area
anybody
yet.
does an I quit match yet?
Yes.
Yes.
By
the way,
I played them, and yeah,
do you know how a lot of the voice acting was done by many of the stars?
Really?
Yes.
Because I've heard
Yeah.
that they say I quit, which is cool.
Yes.
I didn't think they would do that. That's a nice,
There
quality of
are
life
some
feature.
generic acting, but a lot of them were done by the star. They wanted to have their voices in the game. If you watch Smack Talks, he plays all of them. My favorite by far was Bailey. She's being stretched out. Referees, do you give up? No, idiot.
I like that. See, that's extra I didn't expect. 'Cause
It is. Same here.
When I think of an I quit
Yeah.
match, I'm like, please don't give me last man standing. Because if I use last man standing, it's once in a blue moon because that match is boring as fuck.
yeah, no,
Yeah, that 10 count.
Yeah, it's just
In
the same
terms
thing
of
over and over and over.
in terms of the mechanics for AI versus AI, I'll kind of wait to see it. I know playing the mechanic wise, you can actually like block them from being able to get away from it and things like that.
Yeah.
So how that translates with AI, I'd
I
have
mean,
to see.
the dumpster is the skin of the coffin casket match. We know that.
Yeah,
3 stages, they had a problem with, like, so you end match 1 and there's a table and a chair still in the ring. They were hoping when match 2 started, it would stay in the ring. It still doesn't happen. It resets. But what the problem before was that supposedly they fixed is fatigue is supposed to carry over. So like you go into match 2,
Bullshit.
already be beaten up from 1 without I don't use any of the meters or nothing, so I wouldn't know how to tell unless I had a meter up there and match 2 started and he was already halfway down or something. Has anybody messed with that or tried?
I haven't messed with it yet. Like I said, my focus has been on the unlocks before I really get into the individual testing.
What is the common thing you're hearing right now? We can't play the game yet.
Yeah, true. I know. That's why we're just
9 days in. We can't play it yet. So I'd love to tell you more, but we can't play it yet.
I mean, I'll give you the corporate answer is it's only 2 days because they were going to count Friday as the real release. But we all know we've been playing it for a week and a half.
No, you haven't. You've been testing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, for that. Here's your free. We ain't giving you nothing for free. Screw you.
Well, speaking of that,
Matter of fact, pay us.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Years ago, if you bought the top tier, you got a fucking little belt or a Ric Flair robe.
Yeah.
Oh, they had the nice box. I still
Undertaker
got them in the back
casket,
over here.
Undertaker caskets and weird
Yeah.
shit. Like they would
Had
give
the
you-
Finn Balor Fiend figure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
nice
know
shit.
physical media is gone. I still have CDs and tapes and 8-tracks and vinyl, but
8-tracks?
yeah, I still have a bunch of 8-tracks.
Look at you.
I have an 8-track player downstairs still too.
No shit.
It kind of works. Kind of works.
And I'm older than you. Go figure this out.
Yeah. Well, it was my dad had it, and I took it from the house before he could throw it away. I'm like, I'm keeping this shit.
I did.
I got a
about
Blues
decade
Brothers.
ago.
I got a Blues Brothers one. It's really good. There's a couple.
Wow.
The rest are kind of corny, but I don't know.
But yeah,
Now,
no,
is this an
you're
8-track player
100%
where
right.
it automatically shifts tracks? Like it
Yeah,
clicks, makes that
It's
clicking noise
it's
as
like
it goes up?
It's like a little boom box. 8-track in the top, but the volume's broke, so you can. It's all fucked up. I looked online. I could get another one for $30. It's not a big deal, but I only
No
have like
shit.
yeah. Now boom boxes, those are like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
$100 boom box from back in the days like $300, $400, $500. Those are like collector's items now. I wish I'd have kept my boom boxes. I had like 6 of them.
Yeah. me too.
Because I was like, I'm gonna buy a boom box that has like a CD and 2 tapes.
It's amazing.
500.
how
It was
that
like
happens.
$500, man. JVC. I was like, holy shit, I ain't paying that much. But you can buy a little thing. I have a little thing over there. It's a vinyl. Plus it has tape and CD right in the side. But it doesn't work very good. So anything else on this list that that you've tested out, tried, want to talk about?
Well, I've got some stuff here. I'll rattle off real quick,
Sure,
and anyone can
please,
jump in.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
So here's a lot of it's positive. Again, I'm being fair. You do your universe lineup, but you're not going to play it today. You're going to play it tomorrow. You go in tomorrow, and it's all messed up.
Yep.
That's been a problem forever. Now all you do is write one, and it moves the match.
Ah, yeah, the move the match thing.
You can just shuffle them wherever you want instantly. You don't have to rebook anything. It's just boom, 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 and there it is.
Now, when you leave Universe and come back, is it still there, though? That's my question.
Well, I would, in other words, I would set up Universe and go away, and I'm going to do it tomorrow, next day, whatever. Then I come in, it's all messed. But now all I got to do is it'll take me 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3 clicks. Everything's where I want it. Play.
From what I've seen in the last few games, because I use so much custom shit, if I will set up a match, like it's a little better with 25, But like if I would set up a match card in Universe with all custom matches and leave and come back, it's all gone. But if I had a normal match, that's still there. That's still the same. Like if it's a game type of match or one on the match table, it would stay. But it was like no rhyme or reason to it. Like sometimes I would leave. So I literally had to set up my show and go live. I couldn't do what you're saying, set it up for tomorrow. Pause Universe, it stays. There's a thing, because there is a pause the Universe now. So I wonder if you
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, if you pause the Universe and go out of it, maybe that will hold the Universe.
I've got to look for that. I've never even seen that.
I haven't seen it work yet, but my prayers have answered. If there was no new upgrades and just gave us this, I would be happy. Make your tag team on play mode and save it to Universe.
Yes.
So just like when you're done with like you're done with your CAW and it says, do you want to save it to Universe slot 1, 2, or 3? Now, when you make a tag team, it's supposed to say the same thing, and you don't have to do the same fucking tedious thing over in Universe.
That's exciting. That's very exciting.
Does anyone know?
Go ahead.
Does anyone know? All right, so you bust somebody open, they give you that blood spatter on the screen. Can that be turned off?
No.
Fuck.
I asked.
If you are using blood, that will always happen.
Yeah, that needs to go away.
Now, the good thing I will say overall on their blood meter is going through the matches. Like if I'm beating up someone and busting them open all over the place, it's actually showing on the mat on the outside thing there. It actually tracks it throughout the whole match.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today too.
Where other games was like, oh yeah, you'll see it, and then it just kind of evaporates. No, it stays there the whole time.
Yep. That was the other thing they were talking about on 3 Stages of Hell. If you got them to bleed in the first match, the blood was gone for match 2. So they wanted some. Well,
they're supposed to be working on that. But
yeah, they're patching the 3 stages to try to make that better. But the one thing that I heard them say they're probably not going to have is the items in the ring staying in there. That's going to reset no matter what. But if they can get the blood, I can sell that the referees and the people cleaned out the ring for the second match. I can sell that.
Pat Patterson's ring boys came in there and did a quick cleanup.
Yeah, I guess you could say they changed the fucking whole mat because it was bloody, but it should stay bloody.
But on the 3 stages part, on the 3 stages part, I will say that I did do a test match, and I have indicators on while I'm testing everything, so I can see what's going on. Stamina does play a factor. So, like when the next match does start, whoever took the most damage is already lowered.
Well, that's good.
No, that was the original plan. Then when it first came out, they were afraid that didn't work, and I was like, "Yeah, it sounds like something that wouldn't work."
No,
like everything else.
It works. The damage that you take actually does stay with you in a 3 stages match.
Good.
What else do you have in your list? Didn't you got anything else on your list?
Yeah, I got stuff, man.
Keep them going. Keep coming.
So I've noticed that a lot of times, especially like with thumbtacks, for example, you go for a pin on the thumbtacks, and there's like 2-inch gap between the guy's body and the mat.
I heard that too.
Like you can see straight under to the other side. I'm like, how are you counting the guy? His shoulders are clearly not on the mat.
The TAC graphic is having a buffer from the ring. I heard that too. Same like in 25 when you set stuff on the stage and then you come back and it's like hovering. Like stage items would hover.
And the last stream I did, it was the WCW one. Hogan Goldberg had the belt over his shoulder during the intro. And the belt stayed static. And he's like still moving a little bit in the corner and like that. And the belt is just floating there while he's moving around.
I have noticed that. Even
Triple B, you said you did a universe mode. Have you seen a championship promo yet?
I've not seen a championship promo, but I have seen a post-match promo.
So, and maybe they patched it and Vince saw it right, but I saw promos coming out for champions. They didn't have a mic. They were going like this. They had no mic.
Oh no, I had a mic.
They were okay, and then the belt was like totally glitched. It was the whole time.
Mine were perfectly fine.
Maybe they fixed that.
I had all this as the ECW champion, so
sweet. I just want to hear that someone saw it work right, because I was like, I don't know if I'll use title promos, but if I do, that would be one thing to be nice if they had the belt. Now, I do hear that there is some issues with Creed Championship. I don't know if anybody else has heard stuff about that.
So
played with it yet. So
I did, and here was the problem I had with it. I was using like the images to put a texture on it, and then I'll use the emboss thing and take the color out.
Yep.
Just to make the gold have texture to it. and I would save it, and then all of a sudden the logo that I put over there for the texture is there in black and white. So it didn't stay invisible.
I heard mixing like the in-game images and custom images where the belts looked way off. Like you could tell. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but
and I didn't even use custom images. I only used their stuff.
Everything from the
and that happened.
But the good news is that's something that they could definitely patch, whether they do or not. That's whether they do or not.
You hope.
I said could patch. Like a lot of these things we're talking about, most of them seem to be things they could kind of patch up, you'd think, but once again, then it's the when and will it work? And then the big question, what will be broken when they fix everything else?
Bingo.
Patch one thing, break 12 other things.
One of the things that's always driven me crazy about the game year after year, and last year was the exception. I didn't find it really that bad, but all the other years is when you've got the two guys wrestling, the guy slams him or whatever, he's down, and the other guy's kind of having that moment of waiting. He's not just jumping right back on him. And they would get into that Street Fighter thing where they're kind of jogging in position or whatever. And it's like, nobody does that in wrestling.
Yeah.
This year, they do this god-awful thing where they kind of put their toe in the mat and just roll their ankle back and forth. Then they'll put the other toe and roll their ankle back. What the fuck is this? What is this? Are you getting ready to dance?
I saw that happen.
Over the last 4 years, I've noticed people that either wait to buy the game late or start late, like they start after 4 patches or whatever. They have less problems than the people that start from the get-go. I could be wrong, but
why.
What I'm thinking of,
You're welcome.
My rationale goes, all right, they do patch 103. When they do patch 4, they're not doing patch 4 off of the base game. They're doing it off of 103. So they're assuming that fixed it. So they're just stacking on top of what they already completed instead of going back. So if like you restart everything, you jump in after 3 or 4 patches, you're not going to have as much problem because look how many times we've dealt with. Okay, they patched these 8 things, but now there's 4 new problems.
Mm-hmm.
Always a frightening.
Yeah, that's the scariest part. It's like, all right, we got a patch. And the first thing most of us think, what did it break?
Well, the first thing I would always think was, let me go check my universe.
That's why for creators, I mean, you wait to create, right? Because
I always do #wait to create as long as you can. I know it's tough. It's a new game, people. You want to delve into it. You want your character created. But the first patch, if you created your character before that patch 103 and the mapping was fixed, your CAW's fucked. If you're one of those guys that put 20 custom images, I'm talking about, and then they pass that, you might as well start all over. So if you wait a few patches, they're fixing because obviously they don't test creations, and that's what we're talking about. If I go in there and make 10 arenas and then they create an arena, who's to say the 10 I created are all going to be corrupt? Yeah. Now, speaking of corrupt, the one thing I did want to bring up is, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong or any more detail, your ringside pass stuff is not in your saved game data. It's connected to your PlayStation account, is what I've heard from one of the devs said that.
Say that again. What?
So your ringside pass progress, what you've opened in that is not connected to your save game data. It's connected to your PlayStation account. So if say all my creations got like last year wiped out, everything's gone, I had to start over, I would still have everything that I cleared in Ringside Pass because it's saved.
I should hope so.
It's saved in the cloud, not in my game save data.
Here's one thing I can say on that.
It's actually a positive.
Yeah.
One thing I can say on that from watching. Most people know, of course, Tiny and I living together. That's why she was on my camera earlier. She had someone go through, kind of like you do, Blaze, with having someone go through to get some of the stuff open.
Yeah.
It didn't take right, so they had to do it again. But her progress on her pass was still there. Even though they had to do it again, it still, when she got all her stuff down, it showed, okay, yeah, you haven't done the My
Rise.
Not My Rise, the other one.
My Faction. Showcase.
Thank you. The person did it for her, but it just didn't take on her profile. So they had to do it again on her profile, but all of her levels were already done.
Yep.
They stayed.
which
For Showcase didn't, but her.
I mean, I guess. I mean, if you lose all your saved data and you're a big content creator for custom stuff, you're still gonna be fucking mad.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. I mean, I just re-downloaded the game and everything's there. So that was my concern. Don't tell me I'm back at 1. I'll lose my friggin' shit.
So that's why, from what I heard, is that it's more of a cloud save than it is a console save when it comes to your ringside pass stuff.
Yeah, but hasn't it always been that way? I mean, like if I go right now and play 23, I've got all my stuff there.
That's your game save data.
But it's your game save data.
If you had a ringside pass, we never had a ringside pass. And someone that plays 2K, NBA 2K told me the same thing. They're like, it's saved into some cloud. The pass stuff is separate than I changed this team and this character in your game save data. So for some reason, they're telling me it's separate. Ringside pass is completely on its own. So if you lose all your data, that stuff is still there. And that's good because there's money attached to that stuff.
Yeah, the concern, Vince, was what would have happened if your profile became corrupted and you had to delete everything and reinstall everything.
Well, I would have had to.
The concern was, would you lose that progress?
Like because I don't use all the stuff in Universe. I use it to, I mean, obviously the hot streaks and the cold streaks are going to come along with the rankings, but I don't use all the cutscenes and stuff. I just use it to put 9 matches together and make a show. So it's like, I don't use half of the stuff that all the other stuff goes. I just let it run and I don't even make the matches. I mean, I make the matches. I don't let them make the matches.
Yeah.
So they promised us how many wrestlers in the game?
400 with.
Anybody want to take a guess at how many of those 400 are multiples of another individual?
13 Cenas and 14 CM Punks or something like that.
Grand total, though. How many of them do you think are duplicate wrestlers?
I'd say 50 duplicates.
I think it's 75, actually.
Very good.
I was gonna say,
I was going to do this to the tune of 12 days of Christmas, but there's too many days.
Well, how many are locked? How many are locked under the ringside pass, too?
Well, that's a separate category, man. You got 10 CM Punks, 3 Hulk Hogans, 2 Diamond Dallases, 2 Jordan Graces. Sorry, I can't get it out. 2 Justines, who's not even a real thing.
No.
2 Dusty Rhodes, 2 Kurtz, 2 Macho Man, 2 Big Red Machines, 2 Eddie Guerreros, 3 Fiends, 2 Mizes, 2 Morenos. Again, not even a real character.
No.
2 Rey Mysterios, 2 Road Dogs. One's real old. 5 Dwaynes, 2 Pipers, 3 RKOs, 3 Sets, 5 HBKs, 2 Hector Floreses, not a real guy, 2 Stephanies, 4 Triple H's, 4 Takers, and 2 Bronze, one of which is a bronze.
Now,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
So here's where, and I know the legal stuff, when you talk about fraudulent, sales practices. Me and Vince have talked about this a little bit. He got really in depth with it. They're telling us you're getting 400 characters. If a bunch of them are locked, we're not getting them. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're not. You're not getting 400 characters. So take away all the duplicates and all the ringside pass. We're probably back to 200 characters. Right?
Probably about that.
Right to what they gave us last year. So that's, I mean.
The upside is we have 200 CAW slots that we can make our characters.
And the first thing I said was, go in my computer software brain, I'm not going to fill that up. I'm going to go no more than 120, 130, 140.
Same.
Because if you fill it up, any computer device, you fill it up, it's going to act differently. It's not made, even though they're made to fill. You take your hard drive in your computer and max it out. Tell me it works the same. I've worked in computers for 20 years. It don't. You'll be sending it to Best Buy and waiting for it for a week like Vince had to do. I mean, so even if they got 200 slots, I'm keeping my roster at 96. I'll add Steel City Committee and some NPCs, jobbers and stuff, people for storylines. Now the images thing, you know what I wanted with images, just organize the fucking things. Put an Excel spreadsheet in there for fuck's sake. No, it's different every time you go in there. They didn't touch that at all.
Nope.
But like I said, if a game come out that was based off of creations, I guarantee you the next 2K game comes out, creations will be improved. But they have no reason to need to improve these things. So I get it. But locking hair and locking t-shirts behind a paywall, I get the paywall. I get it. I get the money side. I get the business side. I get raking the kids for money with their mom's credit card and you're losing money on old gen losing. I get it. But the way they did it was straight up lying. Like Vince contacted his senator because I think, and I don't know if there's anything in the past where if there's any protocol to people complaining about that and making headway.
Oh, there is.
2017, and this is he's not my senator. He was the one that did it, and that's why I went to him first. He was out of Hawaii, I believe, Chris Lee. And this was when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, and they had the loot box disaster, which was legally gambling.
Yep.
You had no idea what you were going to get. There were no odds on what you were going to get, and it's for children. So here you are, Star Wars / Disney, conditioning children into gambling.
Gambling, yep.
And that went straight to the Senate, and very quickly. And while it was directed straight at them, all of a sudden, I play Rocket League, so I'm familiar with battle passes. And here's the thing with Rocket League: it's not an annual title; it's the same game year after year after year. The battle pass is there if you want it, or if you don't, and it's only about $10. And I can go up to level 90 on a battle pass there without really breaking a big major sweat, and I'm playing the game anyway. Whereas with this one, you'd be playing forever to try and get to 40 if you did it the way I would normally play the game. But I can't play it that way. I got to play it a different kind of way. And what you're doing is now this is a different scenario. It's still predatory. That's what the angle is here. This is still predatory behavior. We have paid to get Hollywood Hogan, to get Macho Man with the NWO.
To get the DLC. They didn't come out early and say you're not getting the DLCs this year.
Of course not. Why would you even think that? And that's the other part that comes into it. Think about every divorce case. If the husband's a bread earner, she has become used to living this lifestyle. Therefore, you're going to pay this much money. Well, we have come used to for over a decade with 2K that this is included. And they didn't clearly tell us it wouldn't be.
No. Well,
so you misled us, number one. And now you're asking us to pay more money for what we've already paid more money for.
So my question to Vince when he was talking this, I said, well, what if it was in the fine print and we click on that agreement right at the beginning and say, sure, we agree. What if inside that agreement it says you agree to letting them charge whatever they want for this pass and everything included into it? Could that
again, legalese? I took some business law back in the day.
Please.
And some of the stuff that I do remember is stuff just like this. Even though people think it's automatically, I asked Donald Trump how it works, okay? He had prenups on every wedding.
Yeah, of course.
And he paid out at the end, okay? It's paper and it's words. At the end of the day, the average person like you and I, we don't have a college background in law. True. We probably aren't really strong in our Latin.
No.
So the language that's used in legal documents is not expected by the average person, and the court takes that into consideration. This case should go to court. This should be a class action lawsuit. And I have a really strong feeling that looked on the history of, well, wait a minute, you've always provided this service. Why wouldn't they expect it? You've made it an expectation. Oh, well, we told them this, but you didn't tell them that.
Yeah,
this is a case that's winnable.
I mean, really, if all they would have had to do is give us these characters for $150
that we paid for,
and that's it. There wouldn't have been hardly any backlash. You still got to grind for all the other shit, and they can put whatever they want in there. Bret Hart, custom arena background, and this item. I wouldn't have been as mad about that. This is the big thing. Like you just said, every year you're paying the extra, thinking you're getting the DLC, and now you don't.
And we even paid extra on the extra. That's the thing. And again, we understand why. Okay, you're losing money because you've lost last gen. Fair enough. But man, oh man, you know, I said this before, they are going to feel it not this year, next year.
Yeah. I don't know.
So many people.
We kind of disagree. I think me and Vince talked a little bit about this, but I think, and this is just me throwing numbers in my head, I have no solid facts or anything. I think they're going to make more this year than they've had the last couple of years because of all this shit.
It's impossible.
Well, you take the $70 they would have made out of all the old gen people, $70 to $100 for buying the game, and you put every penny they're making from this ringside pass. I think they're making more this year.
No,
because it's exponentially more money you can spend now.
No,
last year you could only spend $150.
Well, you also have to look at the state of the economy and also look at what's happening with other games like Fortnite, for instance. Right now, less people are paying for their battle pass system than they have in the past, and they're actually losing money over it. So
gotcha.
Going with a system like this may not be the smartest choice for these guys, and I hope that next year they don't. but
Yeah,
we'll see what
I
happens.
don't think ringside pass and the island aren't going anywhere. I don't think
If it
they're going
comes, I was gonna say, if they introduce it,
they just have to adjust
it's a
it.
relationship.
If they come out and say we fucked up next year, they won't say we fucked up, but they'll say, hey, this year DLC is included in the top tier, but you still have the ringside pass for all this extra other stuff that you can still add to your collection.
If they revamp it, I could see it doing well.
If it's the same, yes, Vince, I'm with you. If it's the same next year,
dude, this is what I
that's
bet my other Wrestle Chat or whatever it was game on. This is a relationship scenario here.
Agreed.
Your girlfriend, you find out she's cheating on you. Do you ever trust her again after that?
Nope.
No, I don't care. You might work it out. You might say, you know what? We're going to give it another shot. We got 5 years, 10 years in. We're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, whatever. But she's coming home late from work one night. Are you thinking she's stuck in traffic, or are you thinking somebody's stuck in her?
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Oh, no, definitely.
You can only you only get to lose two things one time in life. One of them's virginity. The other is trust.
True.
Okay, so any goodwill they may have ever had, and I don't think they really had any, but if they did, it's gone now. You've ended this relationship. We don't trust you. Most of us don't even like you anymore.
No, I don't want to be nervous every time I leave the game that everything's not going to be there when I come back. And that's kind of the feeling. I mean, after 24 shit on me and 25 shit on me twice. So it's
Here,
like now
show me on the doll where they hurt you.
Yeah, it's like here, right between my fucking eyes, my third eye. It's like I get a little nervous every time I turn it back on. I'm like, is everything going to be there?
He still has post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, I got PTSD from 2K. But no, I am that unicorn.
It's real.
I am that guy who never plays the game and only creates. So I am very different than a lot of people. I love hearing people that play the games, their ideas. I'm passionate about the game and people that play it. I've told myself, because someone was telling me the other day, dude, it's easy as shit. You do one move. And no, I do not do it. I do not want to play. I am not going to. And I was watching Monstar playing my rides the other day, getting so frustrated off of here and there. And I was like, I don't want that frustration. If I can avoid, if whatever it costs, and I know, luckily, my sweatshop and my chances and my sweatshop that are helping me pay for it, that feel like, I got people that don't play the game that feel like donating. If they say this is towards tier skips, that's the only place I'm putting it towards. I didn't ask for it. I'm not begging for it. I don't want it. But if you people feel like paying for it, that's where the money goes. I'm not going to use it for anything else.
Quick question. Hot Wheels in the chat says, this is the last 2K game I'm paying for. Hot Wheels, how many of them have you bought already?
Aaron West, my brother, Hot Wheels, the guy who works for RWA, the indie Fed I used to work for. Good to see you, Hot Wheels.
Because when this lady I was emailing with 2K to get my shit back up today, she wanted a picture of this, and I was sending her video. I was like, here's the console screen. Here's this. And I'm narrating it in the whole line. And she's asking me, well, show me the list where it's not there for licensing because it's not on the license list, so I can't do it. And I'm scrolling down, and you see 2K 18, 19, or all the way back to 15 or whatever, 14 when they came in, 14, 15, 16, all the way up. I said, you can see I'm a loyal customer. I've been here every damn year. Don't tell me I didn't buy this year's game, but I won't buy next year's if this is the shit you're going to be pulling.
Yeah. Now, when the game crashes and you send a report, do you know that it sends your audio too?
Yep. It's in the video.
Yeah,
it's in the video that it sends.
So like 2 years in 24, when my shit kept crashing, I would literally fuck, cuss like crazy right when it crashes. Because when they watch it, they're just going to hear, fuck, you motherfucker. That's all. So every time it crashes, I would cuss like crazy when I hit accepted report. Because I know they're going to hear it. Someone told me that once, and I was like,
Well, I usually have the microphone turned off, so
you got all he's watching. He's
all
had all
since 2K. Yeah, same thing.
Yes, you're taking loyal customers and you're telling them.
This is what I'm telling you. There's so many of these, and I found YouTubers I've never even seen before. There was one dude. I'm guessing he's in his 50s, and he's obviously a professional. He's got some extra money. He's got a nice little game room going on, and he buys the title every year twice. Once for him, one for his son, so that they can play. I guess they're not living under the same roof anymore, and this allows them to play online together this way. He says, I can't do that anymore. He says, I bought this game. His favorite wrestler is Bret Hart. He had to unlock Bret Hart.
Yeah.
He's like, since when? What the hell is this? He's like, I'm a professional. I ain't got time to sit here and grind Bret Hart out.
When I saw all those things that were locked in there, I was like, wow. I was like, this is like basic stuff. that like
not only that, but one thing before my microphone crapped on me, I was trying to say earlier, like I'm almost done with the first one. There's like 3 Hulk Hogans in it.
Yeah.
Plus the one you get when you get the game. It's like, why are you putting something this stupid behind the grind?
Has anybody tested out or used 5-man entrances yet?
Not yet.
No, I've not.
I think I did the Judgment Day thing, but that's kind of like I didn't make my own.
I tried to do Judgment Day, but it wouldn't work. It kept coming out with just the 3 of them. Someone told me that there's a certain order you got to put.
There is. I don't even remember what it is now.
I don't remember because I did the order wrong.
Stupid. It's like, what do you?
Yeah, as long as the 5 are in there, it should be the 5.
And not for anything, you put them there.
Because it's like there's one where
this is what I'm talking about.
Where she steps aside and Liv comes out, or there's 2 different ones. And
yeah,
there's like 4 or 5 different ones. There's a DX one I know that I saw that looks really cool. Like,
yes,
I'm just wondering if anyone has any success getting them to work yet. Because
I haven't had time because I've been busy between not being able to play the game at all and unlocking shit so I can try to
and fixing your computer.
Yeah, it's been one thing. I'll tell you. We talk about it being a relationship, and the thing I'm most likening this to, and I swear next year we're going to see it. The 2 words that keep ringing in my head: Bud Light.
Yeah,
you have pissed off your base, and Bud Light will never be number 1 again. They might be crawling their way back up, but they're never going to be number 1 again.
It's a relationship. I mean, if this game gave me a blowjob, I can kind of forgive some of the glitches.
No, because it would bite. It would use teeth. You know it would.
I was gonna say, knowing the way this,
I think we just lost Triple.
Beats broken.
That allows you to look down and it'll render into count.
Yeah, we're gonna do. I didn't even miss him. The count's not here anymore.
You'll think it's one thing getting that blowjob. Look down and the render changed.
True. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do final segment, last words. The only way we can do it here at the end of the day. All right. At the end of the day, first, I want to remind people when you are creating your CAW, you're created a wrestler, when you're making your custom creation, please do your personality traits. They're pretty important. Every year I make about a dozen to 20 and I get like 60 or 70 sent to me. Probably a dozen to 20 of them don't do their fucking personality traits. That, to me, sometimes that dictates how your character acts more than the fucking movesets and the sliders, so do your personality traits. It keeps them in the ring, disciplined at the bottom. If you want to be an aggressive character, it doesn't mean aggressive anymore. It's all in the ring, out of the ring. If you have everybody, and I've tested this, I don't test too many things. Everybody is 90 to 100 discipline on my roster. You notice they don't go outside of the ring very much. Now, I do the no exit matches, which they don't, but other regular matches and rollout frequency and rollout duration on the game sliders I have down too. So they don't go out of the ring very much. I was seeing in 24 and 25 normal matches and stuff. You're getting count outs. You're getting people outside the ring way too much and they don't know to go back in. Victory motions. Everyone sets their entrance, but a lot of people forget the victory. And, I don't have no problem with gay people. My uncle's gay. I love him to death. I have a lot of friends that are. But if you want a sassy men's tag team title victory, don't change it. And your tag team will be like this. Woo!
And why did they ever make that a thing? It was never that way.
Why is the default a mixed tag victory?
Sneaking that woke stuff in there is what that is.
Yeah. So just, be mindful. Do your victory. And I can see when I go through people's victories, I can tell which ones are on default because there's 5 or 6 of the same ones. I think that's the only 2 things that bug me when people did their creations and they just forget to do, because people rush. They want to rush to get their call out there. No need to rush, guys. Almost you heard odds and everyone else is either waiting or slowly going into the new game. We've been through this. How many times? 19 to 19. Oh, let's skip that. 22 to 23 to 24 to 25, 26. We're not talking about 20, but We'll go
Nobody
through.
talks about 20.
No, although
I
bring
do.
them- where's the Hell Arena? I know Tiny loved it. Bring that
One-
back. It looked amazing.
One thing that irked me on this one, when you're doing the heel storyline through My Rise, you go to a swamp arena.
Yes.
Guess
Yes.
what you can't unlock anywhere?
Swamp arena.
The night arena.
Vince, you had that one you were in the other day where the barricade was this graphically.
Yeah,
weird
it was the
see-through.
I don't know if it was a TBD arena or what it was,
Yeah,
but
it's
it was
so cool.
a nice metal etching kind of thing going on. But yeah, you can't get it in the game.
What?
It's in the island. But it's
Yeah,
it's an
that's
island
right.
locked arena.
Yeah, it's already there. Just put it in Crane Arena. You know, it's already in the game. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll go through each of you guys and give us your final thoughts at the end of the day. Start it with at the end of the day, though. And we'll go with Triple Beat first. Final thought.
All right. At the end of the day, just remember it's just a video game. Whether you're a heel or a face, it's just a video game. Play your character, have fun. And then as far as for 2K26 goes, take your time and don't be in a rush, especially right now. It's early game. Take your time. We're not even 4 patches in, so just enjoy the ride.
Patchomania!
When he says not, we're only.
Yeah.
We're only 4 patches a week into the game.
Are we
We're
going to do an
we're only
over
like
under?
9 days in. So
Are we
Okay,
going to do an
so-
over under?
So
ride
25
with
is
it.
on 25 is on 29.
29 patches, really?
25. Will we have
Oh, I got to say 35.
I gotta say
0.30?
over. I gotta say over that number.
I'm saying under. I don't think it hits 29 this year.
Oh yeah, it
They're doing,
does.
they're doing
I think it hits
more.
29 next month.
Come on, I'm trying to be wishful thinking here.
Yeah, that doesn't really pan out very well for you, does it?
All right. Mordred Nightwalker at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, kind of a little bit of what Beat said as well. We do this as a way to escape whatever's going on. So if you're trying to be a particular heel or a face and it's making you miserable, then why are you doing it?
Yep.
This is a game. This is supposed to be fun. And at the end of the day about the game, I am cautiously optimistic, but realistically scorned.
Well put. Very,
Yeah, it is.
I like that. All right, Vince McSham at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, well, I'm very, very new to the world that you guys are in, so I haven't. I get the feeling when you lose, it does kind of suck. So I'm there, and I get it. But it is a game, and I'm just happy being part of the community and doing something with it. It's been fun with that. What we do as creators wouldn't matter if we didn't have you guys. So at the end of the day, I'm thankful for the people that are watching this show right now on this channel and the ones that watch me and watch all you guys doing what we do, because sometimes that can be a challenge. Just, be there with us for the ride when the system is breaking down and the games are breaking down and we're trying to give you guys a good product and all of a sudden there goes. But you guys stick with us through the good and the bad and all that. So at the end of the day, we appreciate you and keep us going. You keep us going.
The fans provide solace. They really help with what we have to deal with. And I have my T-shirt. It's on my TeePublic store. Loyalty is currency, and I've said that for so long.
Send one to 2K.
Yeah, I'm sure they're finding that out now. We've been loyal, and we're still giving them currency. So, I mean, at the end of the day, for me, I want to thank someone who helped me start this. And that's the guy who's doing all this work, grinding out for me, Chance Harper. He started a couple years ago a thing called Conversation using CAW. So he would go on Twitter, do a live, and just talk about behind the scenes. It's something I've always wanted to do, but he made me really say, this is a podcast we need to do for the community. And Conversation, we went through so many names with the word CAW in it. CAW and Order. We thought about no.
Nice.
Cause and Effect. Caught in the act.
No, these are good.
Construction, which would be how I was going to make a different category for it. So construction would be how you build your character. You could do contenders for the titles. Be cautious of your surroundings. Take caution. This is my favorite one. Controversy. CAW traversy, which we all deal with. Natural causes.
That's good. I like that a lot.
Divide and conquer. And proceed with caution. So I've always joked that I wanted to call it digital wrestling, and it's come so far, and we're going to go even further. We just need a game that's going to cooperate with us and keep up with us. We don't have it. So to have a group,
we should have.
This is it's like therapy, these summits, because otherwise I'm sitting here yelling at a computer and yelling at a game by myself. That's lunacy, but that's what we do. So we have a place where other people. I mean, that's what AA is, and other meetings you go to hear what other people dealing with the same thing. So it kind of, I got like a little bit of a weight lifted off my shoulder. It sucks because we can't do what we want to do with this new game right now, and we might not be able to.
But McCoy, what's the first thing about like AA and any 12-step program? What's step one?
Well, you got to admit that you have a problem.
You have a problem. 2K is the problem,
we do,
and yet we keep consuming it.
So here's what a lot of people that are alcoholics, they will go to weed or coke or some kind of drug. We don't have the other drug to go to.
I don't know the answer to that one. I know maybe older games again.
So, together we overcome is my point. Together we feel a little better about it. You don't have to, you're not the only one dealing with it, I guess is the thing I want to leave you guys with. If you're playing the game and you hate losing, you're not alone. If you're playing the game and you need some help playing your character a little better, reach out. We got a hell of a community here.
Yeah, if you don't like losing, you're not very invested in it.
Yeah. That's what I tell people when they get mad. Sure, that's passion. If you're mad about losing on my show, I take that as a compliment because it's a fucking video game. But we're doing something right for people to come in and get upset that they're not winning on that show. So they obviously, what that tells me is they like the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't care.
I'm only not winning because you won't give me my fire.
I've said before, character-wise, if you want some advice or help or critiques, reach out to me on Discord.
And don't tell secrets in cornfields. Too many ears around. Oh, I definitely needed that in the last crack for that. Thank you, Nightbot, for that word of wisdom. I hope we got one more. I'm on a whiskey diet. I've lost 3 days already. Good. Sometimes they're bad. So on that note, I want to thank Triple Beat, Mordrin, Vince, and even Count Z, that dickhead. It was fun. The Jeopardy thing was a little fun. And John Breakdown made it just in time for us to end. Check out the replay.
He's all out of breath.
You got it. Okay, we're done. See ya.
Just in time.
Well, Monstar hates my show because he doesn't bother him. So you must hate the show. Bigger fist of obviously that's what we're saying, Sean, you prick. But big shout out to everybody who's been a part of this show. I learn something every time I bring you guys on. So it's just helping everybody out, bringing people closer together, understanding maybe what's going on out there a little more, and having, like, every time we do this, I'm like, yeah, I could do that a little better or this a little better. So I thank you guys for that. Everybody in the chat, thanks for playing along on the roulette, the Jeopardy and everything. I played the Jeopardy music the first time I did that, and I got copywritten. So no Jeopardy music.
No kidding.
Yeah, I got copywritten for the Jeopardy tune. Just the melody. Not me singing it, but I downloaded it and played it. And yep, copyright Jeopardy theme song. Okay, thanks a lot.
You know what you want to try and do? Go on like YouTube and find someone who played it on the piano,
or
like
an 8-bit one, or a fake one,
or something like that. Yeah.
All right, or I'll just whistle it, or I'll sing it myself. All right, peace and positive vibes. I appreciate everybody.
So long,
Tuesday,
everybody.
I'm back. We'll see you next Sunday. Say goodbye,
Peace.
everybody.
Bye,
out.
everybody.
See you in the streams.
See.